is the problem. I mean, like you said, I mean, who in their right mind, who in their right mind thinks that we're dispatching of children up to 4 weeks after they're born by choice and calling it a health care type of term? I mean,
Well, my point is just this. I don't. It doesn't bother me if you're for that or not. What bothers me is when
yeah,
you say that, and then on the other end you go, no, you have to take this medicine. Get what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
it's hypocritical.
yeah. And the whole thing is, I mean, the point of propaganda is not the information that's contained. It's just to change people's thought patterns. Right? The point of psyops, just the word psyop is the psyop. Right? It's not the information after it. It's not anything after it. It has nothing to do with any of the information whatsoever. It's just getting people to think in a different way. And that is the ultimate divide and conquer tactic. The ultimate tool
Well,
is getting
well,
everybody
I would
to not
just,
even accept what each other says.
yeah, no,
Like
I
earlier,
hear you, but they don't realize to the level that they've been shifted. So I'll give you an
yeah,
example of what I mean by that. Um, when you are pregnant, right, and you have a baby shower, okay, do you call it a fetus shower?
right.
Does that sound a little ridiculous to anybody?
Yeah. I
Like,
mean,
hey,
the
I'm
problem
gonna
is
have,
it's not just all about choice, though, because there's, tons of
yeah,
tons
God,
of reasons why we have the term, right? And that term accounts for 23 different types of medical procedures, right? And
right,
19
right.
of those, 19 of those are emergency case, save the life of the mother type of things. As a man who went through a couple of those with some high school
Yeah,
girlfriends,
there's
you
a
know,
there's
and
a
was
lot of
there,
there's a
you
lot of
know, and
reasons why that there's times where maybe babies are born, they're stillborn in the belly, and there's sometimes there's defects or something where they say that it wouldn't be a viable pregnancy, and it can
what sucks
jeopardize.
is every medical term that's used in that procedure is that A word, you know? That's the hard part about all this is there's so much diverse things that one word describes with 23 different medical procedures, at least in America, that 19 of those my daughters could face right now. Both of my daughters are pregnant, and I'm in a state where you got to go to another state just to see an OBGYN because they're too scared to even practice in this state anymore because they might give out a diagnosis that has a recommendation that includes the A word. Like if you got, we've been told, okay, like we have to join the helicopter program, right, to go to Washington from North Idaho.
We
Missoula,
need to,
it's
yeah,
like
we need to
even
kind
further
of back
away.
up from this topic a little bit.
So
Just,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
What sucks
I'm
about it is
sorry.
that
I'm sorry.
that's
I
no,
get
okay.
it.
Mister.
There's
I
probably
think
some
it plays
people
right in.
that might
I think it plays into the zombie
feel
thing
shame.
because really what we have too is on both sides is a bunch of zombies that really aren't doing the homework that they're saying that they're doing.
No, I totally
Yeah,
get
you
it. Like
always
I said, I got
you just
Good save.
to be real careful with what I say. It's
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
insane.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
be mindful of other
Well,
people too that might have experienced something maybe just recently that might it might affect them.
That's right.
Just kind
That's right.
of each other.
But
yeah, it
YouTube's been
sucks.
on one lately, so we're just trying to be
But
really careful right now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean, we can't even agree if the fucking Earth is flat, you guys.
right.
Come on.
we're not going to go there. Let's not go there, Patty.
I know. It's just a point of the topic of like, I
It's
mean,
just like,
well,
don't.
let's be honest.
Beetlejuice, they're gonna kill.
Tinfoil hats protect you from the vacuum of space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
Infamous.
think so.
What happened to your mic? you did have like a good mic. What's going on?
It broke.
What?
Oh,
I'm on my tablet.
me?
I'm gonna get on my.
No, no, no.
Oh,
Infamous is
Infamous my phone.
infamous for a bad mic.
yes, infamous for
Okay.
sure.
She always sounds so good
I
on
should
her
change my
channel.
name to
You
Bad
should
Audio.
change your name to Infamous Bad Mike.
Yes, you should. She's had a bad
Not
mic
drop.
as long as I've known her, but then she just recently like figured it out or something after years of this. And so like I couldn't believe it. I thought it was impossible. So it was
It's
like,
not
hey,
important.
who's Mike, you know?
Being a single mom, I don't have money to
No, of
really
course
spend.
not.
I
I mean,
know.
yeah, no, of course not, darling.
No,
I
I
mean,
thought it was your area is that you were in. That's what I was thinking the
Well,
whole
I'm not a
time.
different guy. I'm waiting for my phone to charge and then I'll switch. I'll be quiet.
You're fine. You're fine. You're
It's
fine. It's just
it's
I just noticed that it was like because we were so excited. We were like, "Oh my god, we can hear Infamous!"
I
Everybody was so excited. Yeah.
like,
Yeah. I
but as
thought it
soon as
was
it
the area because I swear I thought you said something about like that you had tried everything, but like it was the area that you were in that you were like I
well,
guess
you wouldn't even
out in the
know. I
country or
have been
something.
determined and bound and determined and so dedicated trying to please everybody and please everybody's ears. And I just everything I would do, it would fail.
Aw.
I
But
was
then
really
didn't you
doing I was
wasn't it just like
hard
an
on
old
it.
pair of headphones though?
No, it had I had a pair of headphones that had like a little mic on it, like you know how telemarketers have.
Yeah.
But the cord came out of the side of like the earpiece, so it's
Yeah.
makes
Oh.
noises. So I'm not trying to do all that
Yeah,
because then
you're okay.
yeah,
It's still better.
I'll get
It's still
it
better
fixed.
than it
I'll get.
was. Mm.
So,
I mean, what Mr. like I said, like obviously that convo is a bit tricky on this particular platform, but I understand what Mr. was saying,
I do
and I
too.
absolutely, and I agreed with him. I agree. It's unfortunate that we can't always speak freely about certain things, guys. It is what it is, but
I
it does kind
appreciate
of.
him coming up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But it does come under the umbrella of zombies and stuff because essentially, and I think people are waking up to it. I think people are definitely waking up to it, you know, and asking questions. And that's the most important thing, guys, is to do your own research. And that doesn't mean Google it, right?
Well, let's forgetting where our spiritual areas lie. I mean, me personally, I look at it and I just say, look, I feel like there's this mass how would I describe it? Sense of uh anxiety that's just come over like all over the place. And related to the zombie topic or whatever, these movies and everything, they're popular because a lot of these people are just looking at it being like, F it. I just hope the whole thing just crumbles, you know?
There's a lot of that.
I heard that Beetlejuice was a great movie. Beetlejuice came out the other day and I heard it was a
Oh
great
yeah.
movie. Yeah, that's that you know who
Mm.
I it was oh god, why can't I say his you know who it is, the person that I love, uh the one that does the voiceovers for the true crime, uh uh not Kismet, who is it, Mel?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, he does the voiceovers um
Where does he hang out?
for um oh god, Jim Can't Swim. That's it, for Jim Can't
Mm.
Swim stuff. Kisma, or I don't know. I don't know now.
Well, either way.
Somebody help me. But anyway,
I
he
have
did a
no idea
movie
what you're talking
review.
about, so I
He
can't
did
help
a
you out.
movie review about Beetlejuice, and he said it was really good. I can't think of his
Yeah,
name
it
right
looked good.
now.
Trailers look good.
Does it? I haven't even seen it. And then I also heard that Coca-Cola came out with uh Oreo flavored Coca-Cola.
Oh God, disgusting.
I know, doesn't that sound gross? And then Oreos came out with Coca-Cola flavored Oreos. So there's that. Then I also
Oh,
heard there's
Kizoo. Is that who you're talking about?
Kazoo. That's it.
Kizoo,
Thank
yeah.
you.
That
Thank
was
Okay,
you.
yeah.
Resto.
Thank you,
That wasn't
Resto.
me.
God, I
Yeah.
could not. I know. I was looking for my
I had no
place.
idea what you were talking about. I was like,
I was like stuttering. I could not think. But also like I also heard that that Casey Anthony, that she's back in the tabloids again. He's like broken up a full-on family, a married man and has like a wife with his two, I guess his children are college age. He moved his entire family to start a different job or something to a different state, and then he moved Casey Anthony like down the street from his wife, and so they're like now
Nice.
a couple, and they broke, and she broke up that whole family.
Nice.
I know, right? I thought like you guys would like that bit of
Oh yeah.
gossip.
No, she's a good crazy one.
Right.
She'll never quit being crazy. We could follow her
Right.
for another 20, 30 years.
Yeah. And they're talking about like how weird that was, that her defense team, she was like living with that damn defense team. How weird is that? You know, that she was living in that house and working as like a private eye or something where she was a photographer. I
Yeah.
think she was probably doing a little something other than
Oh yeah.
photography, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
And she was living with that older man that she called a friend, and she was living in that like really beautiful house or whatever, and you know, just laughing and saying like, oh yeah, Kaylee would be 12 this year and she'd be a real badass and stuff, like, you know, just laughing and joking, and said she could sleep perfectly fine at night knowing that she didn't do anything wrong. It's like, oh
No.
girl, we all know that Casey Anthony is the one that um you know,
Yeah.
off her child.
Yeah.
So, but got off.
when's Crispy? When's Leilani going in court, and when's that Kohlberg going to court? Because I want to cover those two cases.
Yeah. Brian's has been postponed, and Leilani is, I don't know when Leilani had like a court hearing recently. Um but I don't think that, yeah, I don't, she doesn't have anything. She had something like just a small court thing recently, but her big, I'm not sure what her actual date is, and then Brian's was postponed again. So I don't know. I don't have any specific dates, but I'll let you guys know.
And Matt Walker, quickly, if you unsubscribe, subscribe again, and make sure that you press the all notifications. I don't know why it happens. People tell me all the time that they don't necessarily get my notifications. It's a universal problem across YouTube, even with larger creators. I don't know why it does that. I really couldn't tell you. But he said here, hang on. You live, your lives never show up in my feed. I have to go to your channel to find it. I don't know why that happens, Matt.
Yeah, that does sometimes happen. I think sometimes you
I
can
think the
unsubscribe and subscribe again, and that might help. But yeah,
I think
sometimes that
I
does.
think there's one guy running YouTube, and it's like a Wizard of Oz.
All the rest of the bots, right?
Well,
And
honestly, listen, honestly, when you think about it, there's 10 million uploads per day. So if you think about what they actually do, they really do a lot of stuff. And with the time zones and all of that, I mean, I think that it's really a pretty great platform, and it's like the best one out here, in my opinion, as far as like for this kind of stuff.
No, it's the biggest platform out of all
Yes.
it's the biggest one. Um, does it come with its problems? Yes. But you know, I think sometimes they really do need to review stuff and work on stuff. I don't know whether they do, but you know,
They do.
but I think there's definitely room for improvement. Being the biggest platform, you know, they should maybe invest a bit more time in improving certain things.
I've been on here so long, like I used to have a beta program or whatever. So I'm on that program, like where I test out like new things for YouTube or whatever, and then give before it comes out, like whatever it is. It's just, it used to be great. Like it used to be a really great thing to be involved in. It's not as great as it used to be, but like they test out like little things here and there, and then on various different people. I happen to be one of them from way back in the day, but
Dahlia's showing
we're
dedication.
working on stuff. Yeah.
Dahlia's showing
I,
dedication. She puts a timer on for my lives. That's dedication, Dahlia. Go ahead.
Oh my God, that is
I,
dedication.
I've heard some stories, from other creators, and it just seems like this. Hey, why am I demonetized? Did you
Yeah.
try plugging? Did you try unplugging and plugging it back in?
Oh no. Are you kidding me? No, nobody said that. Really?
Kohlberger's delayed until June of next year.
No
Yeah.
way. Is it
Yeah.
delayed until June next year?
It was supposed to
Yeah,
come
June
up.
2nd.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like it's in Fatty's neighborhood, basically. So it was supposed to be like right around the corner, right, Fatty? And then they delayed it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was coming up in early October. They were going to have the pre-trial shit, and then now they're questioning the validity of evidence, and it's been delayed till June 2nd, 2025.
Who's
Yeah.
questioning the validity? Is it his lawyer or who's questioning it? Faye?
Yeah, his defense.
His
Right,
defense
of course
is,
they would.
yeah.
Of course they would.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, if he gets off, I say, damn, that's bad. Because in my opinion, he did do it. In my
Listen,
opinion.
I was not convinced until just recently, and I saw all of the footage of his of the car going around and around that the house. I have no idea why they took that house down before the trial, because in my
Because
opinion, I
it had
understand that
become
it
an
was traumatic.
attraction.
What's that?
It was like it was just too big of a deal to have in town. There's too many people coming and hanging out and trying to get in and break in and shit. Then what it was costing the city to keep a 24-hour armed guard on the place and everything else is
Sure, but I
But
think that
I do agree they
trial
should
is
have
so
kept it up.
important.
It's kind of weird, but at the same
It's
time,
so
it's not like
weird.
you're going to have a field trip for a jury. That's
Yes,
what
you
pictures
do.
and evidence is for. And
People make
maybe on
those field
TV.
trips all the time, Fatty,
I
and it's
know they
important.
can. I know they can, but this is Idaho, and we don't really do stuff that way.
Well, this is a big case, though, and I would think. I
Yeah,
mean, it's a
that's
huge
why they're trying to
one.
sweep it under the rug.
Well, I mean, I listen. I saw that his car go around and around that house,
Yeah. No, he
like
was.
a bunch of times, and now I'm convinced it's him. Because for a while I was thinking to myself, like those knives and that knife shield, those are like sold at the Goodwill or whatever. And you can touch something like that at the Goodwill and have your DNA on that. And that was a party house. And he was like at one point, I think a partier. I think he was a drug user at one point. So
Yeah,
I was
kind of. But
thinking like,
I mean, even still, like downtown is going off every night, and everybody's down. They've got Pizza Huts and guys selling food, street vendors,
sure.
and everybody's bumping into each other and hanging out, and 2:00
Yeah.
everybody shuffles their own way, and I don't know, I coached 2 of the 4, and
Yeah,
one
that's
and
unbelievable, Fatty.
Mogan's is my good friend's daughter, and yeah, it's fucked up, dude. There's more to it, but there's only so much that can be presented for evidence. That's the hard part with all of these cases like this, is that there's just a lack of actual physical forensics.
My camera's gone again.
No, Dahlia.
But yeah,
no, not her.
Videotape don't lie. He was definitely
definitely was
downtown and driving around and bailing town and everything else. So
morning, everybody.
Good morning, Rach. Crispy, Diana asked, are you talking about the Linda Lane footage, Crispy? Because
no, ma'am, I'm not. But I forget where I saw that footage, and it absolutely, you know what it is, Fatty. You've seen it, that footage of the car going around and around. It hasn't been seen in a lot of places, but it's absolutely that car. It's his license plate. It's like the surveillance footage of it. I don't know how I saw it, but I saw it. And
it's like it's the neighbor's doorbell photo thing or whatever in there.
Yeah, we're talking about Brian Kohlberger, in case you guys don't know. But yeah.
Right.
The one
I
that,
Moscow,
yeah,
Idaho.
The one that I wanted to cover, but unfortunately it's been moved to next year.
yeah.
I was really looking forward to covering that. Now I'm not a true crime channel, but I was really looking forward to covering that. I guess we'll have to wait till next year.
And I'm
And then-
always
Well,
trying
the-
to push my true crime.
It just resonates with weirdness when he's a
yeah.
forensics major and is majoring
Yes.
in true crime and you know, this type of thing. This is his thing. This is like what he's into. And
It is what he's into, but I also find it just unbelievable that somebody could. Hang on a second. Who's
Clue,
back
is that
there?
you?
Yeah.
It's me, Sniffles.
Oh yeah, I'm very sniffly today.
Oh God, don't sniff.
Pollen counts up today, Mel.
Oh, is that why I'm very sniffly? Because I've been really struggling, like I'm, to not sound like a drug addict.
Right.
Um,
It's allergy season.
It is in the thingy because it's not very often we get some nice weather in England, but
Yeah, no, I'm sat here, and when you think, because I've had people before, no one ever lie. Oh, Mel snorting coke while like she's on a live. How classy! I'm like,
you
bitch,
just
I couldn't
Mel,
afford to sniff coke.
Someone made a short with me, like where it said "Crispy Sniff 1, Crispy Sniff 2."
It's like, I can't afford it, guys.
Flo
like-
pointed it out, and I tried to lie. I was like, "No, it's not me." He's like, "Yes, it is." And then someone did a short on it and counted
No, but
my
can you
sniffs.
believe somebody would write in a comment, "Oh, Mel sniffing coke during a live? How classy!" It's like, bitch, show me where I did that. Everybody knows I have allergies. I can't afford to sniff, and plus,
we don't know the meaning of hay fever.
Some people are stupid. I mean, proper fucking stupid. And it's like, nah, bitch. No.
Mine was in the springtime. I was sniffing up a storm, and I was using that Vic stick all the time.
Yes, you had the Vic stick up your nose the entire time. Yes.
Oh God! And then somebody made that damn short. I was like, oh my God, people are brutal to me.
Just get that, like, get the nasal spray while you're waiting in
I
line.
love that.
And there's people that are buying like 800 lottery tickets and just start spraying it and sucking it in deep, and they'll get out of the way real quick.
Oh wow!
Oh
no! Yikes!
Yikes!
Yeah. There's a rebound effect
or just sneeze really loud, like COVID.
Oh God, I cannot stand people that are like real dramatic sneezers that are like,
I'll be honest. I'm a loud sneezer.
I like it when people are like in the middle of talking, in the middle of saying a sentence, and all of a sudden they'll just like sneeze and like snot just fucking flies.
Oh, gross!
Who's ever sneezed and farted at the same time?
Oh God! Oh no!
Just asking. Clue, have you ever sneezed and farted at the same time?
We can never have a nice, classy stream.
Yeah, no, I've never done that.
Anyone on panel sneeze and fart at the same time?
Oh well, back when I was with my wife, I used to we used to go clothes shopping, and you know how wonderful that is for a guy. So
yeah,
I would just
hold my purse.
I would just let it rip, and then when people would like look around, I just like point to her. I'd be like, "No, that was her."
Oh my God, you're such a boy. That's awful. Poor thing. That's probably why you're divorced, right?
I just blame my dog. I just say it was Pandora.
No. No.
No, Pandora does silent but violent. And she
Oh.
doesn't do it very often. Don't get me wrong. It's very rare. But she's woken me out of my sleep when she's farted in my face.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like,
Ew.
Because Pandora shares the bed with me. That's the only
Sky.
That's gross.
Yeah, that's the only thing that shares a bed with me is my dog, right?
Look
So
at Rex. You
occasionally,
call that a
yeah, occasionally she'll be lying on the cushion next to where my head is, and I've woken up to her butthole, and I'm like, really?
Ooh,
You've got him waking me up like this? That's how you get
Gross.
pig-eyed,
That
no,
is
Much
how you get pig-eyed.
information.
Yes.
Too much information.
No, I love
Those
my
are-
dog. That's what happens when you share a bed with a dog, unfortunately. It's one of those things, right? In fact, you got a massive dog. Has she ever farted in your face?
Ooh.
Yeah, she's a 220-pound English Mastiff, and she can
Right.
clear a room
Oh,
real
fucking
easy.
hell.
Oh, those dogs are like
Oh, that's
6
too
foot
much
tall.
information. Can we change this?
Jesus.
Can we
She
change
can,
the
yeah, she can
topic,
clear a
please?
whole floor of a house. Like,
Yeah.
Can
I
we
used to live
change
with
the
one of those
topic,
dogs.
please? Can
Yeah.
we?
Why,
Crispy.
Drew? You don't want to talk about dogs
Please.
farting and arseholes?
No, I don't want to talk about
No.
dogs
I'm with,
farting sniffles.
finally, I
I
agree
don't.
with Clue for one time in my life.
she's a big
Yes.
girl.
Thank you, Crispy. Thank you.
That's
Pandora knows I'm
what
talking about her. She's giving me the
when I-
side eye.
when I don't
Side-eyeing
want
you?
when I don't want to somebody to know that like they I'm offending them. I just tell them they have a leaky winker, and that means they just have an attitude without them knowing.
a winky, what? A what? Leaky winker.
Yeah. Well, there's these chips. They're like sun chips they have, and
Yeah.
and if you look on the back of them, it
I
says
know.
uh
Yep.
may cause leakage.
It caused oily diarrhea or something like that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I just
Yeah.
say if someone's
How
got
do
an
you
attitude.
know what he's talking about?
Because it's like
Pretty
because it's
fucked
like
up.
it's a diet it's like diet potato chips. It's diet potato chips and it has something like
So
it has
Ruck
an
is up.
ingredient.
Ruck is going to join in the convo because Ruck's had food poisoning. Poor Ruck. Ruck.
Oh, that's awful. But yeah, I think that weed does smell like skunk. Yeah, it does.
Ruck,
For
is that
sure.
you, my love?
Your energy. That's right, buddy.
Ruck,
It's me. It's
is,
me.
are you all
Where's
right?
my penis? Where's my penis?
Yes, ma'am, that's me. I'm trying to fix
Okay.
my picture before I come up, though.
Oh, okay.
I
Nice.
want
Right.
to show my penis.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just trying to fix my picture before I come up.
All
I
right,
think it's
sweetheart.
you.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
It's
who-
definitely Ruck. I've already had
Oh.
one ding along showing like
Oh.
shaking.
I know,
I
right?
see
Roll
the
up,
right in
roll
the
up.
stream, Rach, right? This person
Yeah.
came up and I was like, what's that?
You ain't shit, Mel. You know that, right?
And it was like a ding along, ding along. It was like he was playing with it. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh
And I was like,
no.
okay, all right.
He was
all right.
playing with it, really?
Yeah, well, he was
Oh.
shaking it. You know, I don't know
Oh
why.
yeah,
men
I
do that.
know. I
Shake
He
know.
was
it.
trying. He was trying to get it to grow, so he didn't
No,
look
it was
stupid.
grown. It was definitely grown.
Yeah.
But he was swinging it from side to
I-
side.
I've been on the
Side
case
to
of that
side.
butthole for
Mm.
like now 6 months. I've been trying to find out whose butthole that was.
The
We have
butthole.
a picture, the one that we sent to Flo.
The one that looked like a growth from a hairy
Yes.
child.
And you sent that to Flo State, and I got blamed for it. I always get
It
blamed
was from
for
my email. How can you get blamed for it?
I have no freaking clue. I just get the shit from everybody. Flo was like, I can't believe you sent that shit to me. I was like, I didn't send it to you.
It wasn't even your idea. It was Lindsay's
No.
idea to send it to her,
Right.
to him.
But I took the shit. I took it for you. I took the blame. I'm like
You
Jesus
took
over
one
here.
for the team.
Yeah. Oh my God.
We could have filmed
I
that.
do
and
get
all
in
made some
trouble. I
money.
get yeah. I always get in trouble for and I yeah, like shit happens on this panel that I won't even be here for, and people are yelling at me for it. I think no, I don't know. I'm happy to take the hit. I take
So-
it.
So, Rach, how you doing? How
I'm
you
good,
doing,
thank
Rach?
you. I'm fine, thank you. How's yourself?
I'm awesome. I'm listening to Crispy's creepy stories, and I'm listening. To
My
Listen-
creepy stories.
Oh my
Crispy
god!
has a tendency to like weird people out. You know, if
He's
you're
a-
pissing her off, she'll weird you out, and then she'll just go in for the kill.
I will
gotta
go in
watch-
for the kill
You've got to
sometimes.
watch her. She's like a sniper. She just comes from behind enemy lines,
But
so you have to
but-
watch her.
Does he have to be so obvious with it? Jesus Christ!
Would you rather me do it behind your back?
Yes,
At least she's honest and
Dignity of
upfront.
doing this shit behind my back, please.
No, you get on my nerves because you're a right fighter. And so, like, it drives me nuts. Like, you're the worst person in the world to argue with because it doesn't matter. If you have made up your mind, you're not going to change it no matter what. And you are just make me nuts with that shit. So, at least I'm not saying it behind your back.
Rock, is
Liz.
that you? Is that a picture of you?
Oh.
Yes, it is.
You,
Look at you.
oh, look at
your
you
pretty
with your
hair.
curly hair.
Beautiful hair.
I was like,
Gorgeous.
You never commented on my hair, Mel.
I
Shit,
can't
feel
see your hair,
offended.
Clue.
I'm still
Your
offended.
hair.
I'm still offended.
Look at you. You're giving us a dirty look right now. Like,
Mhm.
look at that avatar.
I'm a dirty dude. That's what
You're
I
not
do.
giving them that. You're not giving them that come hither ruck look like I am.
Yeah, right. Ruck does have a
If I-
come hither look, doesn't he?
If
Yeah,
I
look at
if I
him,
had
look.
if I had hair like that, there's no telling what I could do.
I know, right?
That's
That's
a
I
really
have
really
hair
nice
like
idea.
that, and I
can't
can't
grow
tell you
hair
what
like
I've done.
that, so I need you to just love me the way that I am.
I have hair like
I
that.
do
And I
love
can't tell
you
you
the
what
way
I've
that
done.
you are, Clue.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. I really do.
I do. So we've concluded with the zombie. We know what it means. We know everything. You know, we've covered it. We've done it. We went to the space. We went to the moon. We went to the lizard.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
And then we came back to the zombies. So we've covered that. Did you want to do our grown-up segment?
Oh God, that's my favorite.
Might as well.
Mel after dark.
What you
Oh
say?
God.
Crispy likes the adult shit.
No, I
She
do
does.
not. It's the most
She's that type of chick.
uncomfortable I've
Buckle
ever
up,
been in my
Crispy.
life.
Buckle up, honey.
Oh,
Do it.
Buckle up.
I
What
Do
you
it.
say?
Who's that chick in the video? She's kind of cute.
That was Resto's fine work.
No, who's the chick
I
in the
have-
video?
That's me.
You? That's you? Okay. Okay. Just
That's
wanted to know.
me. Yes, that's
I have
me.
to
I
get
can
that.
tell
I
it's
have to
me.
get
It's kind of cute. That's all.
It's only because I've got my glasses on now to read my chat, but I don't normally wear. If Mel turns into a zombie, I'm getting bit by her on purpose. Oh, Chris. Oh, no, you don't want me to suck your brains out.
One fair check for Crispy.
what?
Damn.
Oh, shots fired.
No, I kind of thought about that as it was coming out my
Stand
mouth.
you, Mel.
Yeah.
I can't stand you, Mel.
Suck your
I'm
brains
against
out,
Mel.
huh?
No, I can't stand Mel. Like, I
Oh,
just can't.
well, never
She makes me
mind.
choke up. She makes me choke up. I can't do it.
Oh, Clue, shut up with that.
Don't
No,
you
that's
shut me up. You shut up. No, you shut up. You shut up.
Don't
Not
start
a
screaming
chance.
because I can scream louder than the pair of
Oh
you put
God,
together.
Reese,
Oh God, not
no.
this early in the morning, Rage, please.
No,
not this
that's
early.
what I'm saying. Please don't.
Me and
Yeah,
Chris, we
I-
got beef. We got
Oh,
beef.
I-
We
I-
just do.
I
I'll
didn't
have your
mean
copy.
to say what I said.
Yes,
As
you did.
there's words coming out of my mouth, I'm
He
like,
does, doesn't
the
he,
wrong
Scott?
words.
Are
Coming
you
out
ready
of
for
your
the-
Yes.
Are
mouth.
you
Yeah.
He
ready
does
for
look
the
like a Scottish Braveheart.
He does. He looks like an extra for for the Braveheart movie.
What do you
Who
mean,
does?
who? Clue, who do you think I mean? You mean
Who
we
looks
mean
like a
Rock? He
Scottish
looks
whatever
like
the fuck
Scottish
the bullet said?
Braveheart.
Braveheart? Rock looks like a Scottish Braveheart.
Yes,
Look.
look.
Yeah, he does.
William Wallace is what it was about, Braveheart.
Rock,
Soulless
look at how
gingers.
cute.
Crispy, we're gonna box one day. We're gonna box. Hey,
I would
Mel.
knock you out.
Matt,
I'll
Matt,
Mel.
Pandora,
Crispy.
can you have boxing matches on your channel?
We can have a boxing match if you
Me
like.
and Crispy treat first boxing match on your channel. Let's
You
make
She'll
it
eat
happen.
you alive.
Let's make it
She'll
happen.
eat you
Let's
alive.
just do it.
Yeah.
She'll
Lace
eat
up
you
the
up.
gloves.
She'll
Race
Lace
is
up
my
the gloves.
trainer.
Let's make it happen.
Mhm.
Lace the gloves up. Let's make it happen.
I used to
We got
do
beef.
Thai boxing, and I was really good at it as well. I still got the gloves somewhere
Ooh,
in the
badass.
pads. and all the pads. Yeah,
Badass. Ooh,
I used to. I have really thoroughly enjoyed it. My instructor wanted me to go professional, but I was like, not having my face.
You got hands?
I got
You got
what?
hands? You got hands?
If you don't have hands, you better learn how to bob and weave.
I don't know what that means. What is it?
Get out of the way.
A boxer. Do you have hands? Okay. Do you have gloves?
I do have gloves.
Oh my god. Shit.
I don't get it. I'm British. What do I get? I don't get it. No, I was very good at it.
If someone asks you got hands, that means that you could knock somebody the fuck out.
I don't know if I could now because
Hands
it's
means-
I
before I
will help
became
you
a
on
mom.
that, and I'll train Crispy how to use the Kung Fu pimp hand.
There you If
I don't knock you out, I can drop you.
Kung
Wear
Fu
the
pimp
pimp
hand.
hand.
I can't knock you
That
out.
sounds violent.
I agree
and
with
important.
telling you.
Inquisition News. I agree with
Look
him.
I would knock you right out with
Nah,
that my
but
kung fu.
prove it.
Kung
Prove
fu
it.
Smack a bitch
Okay.
up.
Okay. She said it. Okay. Mel
Everybody was fast as
Pandora
lightning.
Boxing League. MPBL. Let's go.
Let's
You-
go.
Pandora Boxing League. Let's do it. Let's do it.
There you go, Mel. There's a thing that you could do. You know how you want like more short clips? You know how you want more short clips for your channel?
Yes.
What you could do is you could turn them when two people like, just say we'll pick Crispy and Clue. You could make a boxing short clip and put their names as each boxer and let them go and see who wins out of it. And they're the winner. Because a few YouTubers on the English side have done that, where they've gotten it like a animated boxing match, and they've put the names of the players to the people. That
Oh,
are on that.
right. Yeah. I'm with you.
And
I'm
then
with you.
whoever wins, and then that just stays up on your.
Oh, you have a fan, Crispy.
Because
Oh,
Oh,
I don't
Crispy has
have
been
many of
talking
those.
shit for a long time. She has been talking shit, cash shit, for a long time, and I'm
Well,
ready for it. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Clue.
Look at
I
look
reckon.
at my fan right there with he's got a gun right there by your head.
Okay. I got hey, Glock. I got a Glock too. I got a Glock as well. Let's go. Let's
He
do it.
says that I'd be a one-hit
Glock.
wonder.
Whatever.
So does the armed response in the UK. They carry Glocks and all.
Smith and Wesson. Let's go.
Welcome, Glock. Welcome. You came in right at the right time.
Right. Thank God.
It's a shame I can't move the comment a little bit further up.
So I do have a ton of fans. It's like you and Mel. That's it.
I'm a Crispy fan. Yeah.
I'm a Crispy fan too, but she
I'm
doesn't
Lucky
like
Charms'
me.
latest fan.
She doesn't like me for some reason. She doesn't like me.
I'm
like
a
you.
crispy man, not a crispy fan. Oh wait, I got that backwards. I'm a crispy fan, not a crispy
I'm
fan.
a Crispy fan, but she's not a Clue fan. For some reason, some fucking reason, she's not.
I am.
I
I'm
sub
trying-
to you, Clue.
It's mine.
Thank you very much.
Aye, Amanda.
I don't watch your bullshit, but I
Right.
sub to you. I'm joking, brother. I'm joking.
Hello, Governor.
Crispy.
On the panel.
What's going on? I'm like,
I don't know. I never know what's
Her name-
happening on this.
Her name is
panel.
Audrey, but she has this horrible, ugly, nasty name about
What?
pizza on the
What?
panel.
I'll say it.
in chat,
I'll say it.
Clue.
oh, the pineapple on pizza.
Ooh, that's nasty. That's
The worst.
ew. Nasty.
Of course, it's not nasty. Ham and pineapple. Yum, yum, yum.
That is nasty.
Lovely.
That is nasty.
Lovely.
That is
Lovely warm
blasphemy
pineapple
towards
in your
pizza.
mouth.
Okay,
Just
you know
Ham,
what?
ham and pineapple together go
Oh,
great,
yeah.
but I don't like them on a wheat bed of
Oh,
pizza.
what
I
happened?
really don't.
Amanda's laughing too hard. She's fell off.
And then that Canadian
Right,
bacon
Chris-
is so stupid. It's freaking ham, and you guys just pretend it's bacon, and it's not bacon. It's a slice of ham.
Right,
I don't
can
know
you
what
That's
that
Bacon.
is.
Canada's fault.
Hang on, guys, hang
That's
on.
not the United
Right.
States. That's
Wait a minute.
Canada.
Right, can you just unmute yourself? I want to edit your mic settings because it's really loud. Thank you. Go ahead, Clue.
Pineapple and bacon.
No, who said that? Who said it? Who said it? Who said it? Who said that?
It wasn't me.
Shut up. I think that was you, Rock.
It wasn't me. I did not whisper pineapple and bacon. I do not put them together.
Yes, you did,
Bacon
bro.
No,
and
that was not
Yes,
me.
you
It's somebody
did.
else. It's somebody else, man.
I do
salami and
bacon and banana
pineapple.
I've been
peppers.
That's
framed.
blasphemy. That's
I'm
blasphemy.
being
It was me.
framed.
It was me. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah,
It was
dodge
That's
me.
and
box.
weave, dodge and
Hey,
weave.
on the Mel
I got you, brother.
Pandora boxing league, we can. Anybody can
I
fight.
beat you.
Anybody can fight. On
I
that,
beat you.
anybody
I'd
can
beat
fight.
you with one hand tied behind me back and one eye closed. I'd still beat you.
Are you sure about that, Rach?
Oh, I know I'll beat you. I know I'll beat you.
Okay.
Because in my boxing matches, there's no holds barred, and I know I'm going to go Geordie style on your ass.
Well, you know,
Well,
I got a
believe
mean left
Rachel
hook.
would take
though.
your ass out.
I got a mean
Oh,
left
well.
hook. A lot of people don't expect that left hook to hit them in the eyeball, but
She's gonna
Who
tear
says I was-
Andrew a
I
new
was- who
ass,
says I
man.
hit the
She's gonna come through the screen at that
Who
dude.
says- I would just drop you with one punch.
Bullets, I hadn't heard from you for so
How you
long.
gonna
I
do
forgot
that?
you were here.
I know. Well,
I've just
I
been
think
listening
he
to
left
you
for a
all.
little bit and then he came back.
Bullets
forgot you
went,
were
took a
here,
shower, had a meal, walked the dog, came back.
Bullets was busy saving a hoe on the other side of town.
I wouldn't say that about my mother, but okay.
Right. Those are fighting words.
I'm on call 24/7, so
Yeah, because I heard you on your live. You're busy with work at the moment, right, Bullets?
well, I wear many hats, and one of those hats is I have to perform as a CNA, LVN for my parents and stuff because they're up in age.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because you're their carer, right?
Yeah,
Salute
if I put a
salute to you.
BRB in the chat, I'm being called away.
I'm with you. But
Salute to
you
the-
know, it's lovely
salute
of
to the
you, Bullets.
caregivers.
Yeah, but well done for doing that. You know, kudos to you. Mm.
Thank you. It's not
Because
easy.
a lot of people.
I think we talked about this before. There are a lot of people that, like Crispy, there are a lot of us on here that deal with that situation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
fuck
Shit, you
Crispy,
do, buddy.
man.
You really
Fuck Crispy. You know what I'm saying, bro? Fuck Crispy. I think
No, I don't
Crispy's
know
the
what you're
devil.
saying, bro.
I
I
think
like
she's the
Crispy.
devil. You know what I'm
Thank
I like
saying, bro?
Lucky Charm. She's awesome.
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
I appreciate that. Because it's been hard on these YouTube streets. I don't have
I'm
that
telling
many
you, man.
fans.
Getting
I
shit
think
from all
Crispy
over.
got an agenda. You know what I'm saying? I think she does.
I don't have an agenda.
Do you know what I want to do? Do you know what I want to do this winter?
What's that, Rish?
Because our government have screwed over the old people. I feel like opening my home and taking a couple of old people in over the winter so they can be warm.
Oh, that's lovely.
Dude, that'd be awesome. 'Cause
I
I
Infamous, is
know.
that you?
You know, like
Yes,
it's.
ma'am.
I mean, even if it's a
Yes, it
couple,
is.
do you know what I mean? It's just, I think because at the minute that they're scraping by as it is, you know what I mean. But then to have the winter fuel payment taken away, it's like, well, and I was sitting thinking if everybody who can afford to have the heating on this like at Christmas time and everything, how about inviting like old people in and keeping them warm
Yes.
over the winter period.
Well, listen, Rach, you know how I call bingo for the old folks home like every other Sunday, but I
Yeah.
did it last Sunday, but then I had to do it this Sunday. So I had to do it 2 weeks in a row and talk about verbally abused. They're so mean.
They
They're
can
so
be
mean.
because they're so set in that ways, but I like to listen to their stories from like some of them. I was telling you stories from like the 1930s and everything, what they got up to, what they were allowed to do. I like to sit and listen to their stories, but I just think it's a bit shitty, them having to that money taken away and they're struggling. They're having to decide whether they eat or whether they heat the home. And I was just thinking the other day, I would love to, if there's any little old people out there, come to my home, and I'll welcome you in over the winter.
Well, that's a big job, and it's
I mean,
and
even if they just want to come in during the day and just have a cuppa,
Yeah.
where somewhere warm, and then go back to where they're in their bed and they're going to be warm and everything on a night time. You know what I mean? then so be it.
Yeah, see if you can invite them in and like just
Yeah.
ask them
I
to
just
eat or
think
something.
because they have done so much for this country, like they've worked all their lives, they've paid all their taxes and everything, they've probably even fought for the country. Do you know what I mean? And I just think it's just nastiness. There was no need, but that was just the idea I had.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should work with one of your local churches if that's what you want to do,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
and get the
Mhm.
recommendation from the church of the people that you're going to help out, not just random people off the street.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That'll be like a good way to do it too,
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
they will know the ones that really need help and stuff, and that would be real helpful.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I know a few older generation, from where I live. So I'll keep an eye on them, and if they're struggling, I'll just say, "Here, pop along, come and use my heating, love."
yeah, that's sweet, honey. Yeah, that's really sweet. But yeah, it's like there I learned so much from them, and I've been at that same place since I was a kid. I
Mm.
started there when I was like 16 years old, and I used to work like as a waitress in there. And then from after I left there, I just always stayed, like I just did volunteered. I would like do square dancing there.
Yeah.
I did all kinds of shit in that nursing home. So it's like a retirement home, really. But like
Yeah.
one part of it is like convalescent and the other part is like retirement or whatever. So they have these activities, but I finally like just I did bingo, like I call bingo, and they yell at me. They're like, we're old, we're not deaf, or like you're
Yeah.
going too fast, you're going too slow. Like they just are pissed all the time.
Yeah.
They're
Crispy, look at my
constantly yelling at me.
avatar.
Hmm?
Look at my avatar.
Oh, let me see it. Oh.
Those are all my mics. All my failed mics. So I'm
That
not
is the
lying.
best. That's so infamous.
Those are all my failed mics, so you guys know I'm not I'm not pulling your leg.
You are hilarious. That is so funny.
I even numbered them too. I think there's like 6 pairs up there.
That's
I
cute.
had given you the most shit though about your mic. I think like out of everybody, I'm like, what in the world? I like couldn't
Well,
imagine. Like if
now you
you,
can see my effort. I did
I
make an
can
effort.
see it. Yes, I can see it. I knew you weren't lying though. I just wanted to find like a way. That's all. Like it just drove me nuts thinking like there's got to be something.
It
And then
drives
you
me
told me
crazy
about
too.
like some like poles or something that you have like that were weird. I forget what you said, but it was like so strange. I was like, really? You said, yeah, something about the poles that you have like in
Rock.
your, what is it?
My my poles. Are you trying
Yeah.
to say I'm a stripper? What are you trying to say? That was
Yeah,
between me
like
and you, Chrissy. You weren't supposed to air that out.
your like your
that's, that's my
telephone
moonlighting
poles
job.
or something. I forget what you said, but it was
My
so it
internet.
yeah, your internet, like wherever
Yeah,
you're.
it's not an actual like where there's a modem. It's like they have the satellites out there, so it's like the Cox Communications, the cable company. So they
Yeah.
have like hotspots all over town. So
Oh.
I mean, I have a main hotspot, but I don't think that's what it is. I don't know. I just gotta. I've tried. I've tried. That's why I took a picture of him. I was like, I want to show her that I've tried.
That is
I've made
hilarious.
considerable efforts.
Yeah, Flo was
Guys,
super
we're gonna
happy
play.
about
I
it
want to play
too.
that game again. You know that game
Okay.
that we were playing on Saturday
Yes.
Mhm.
about and I kind of come across this question, and I thought it'd be really good to ask the panel one by one.
Mel, just before you do that, can I just speak to Rook just for a second? I've just seen your comment, Rook, in the chat about making it a GoFundMe page. What I'll do is there is a proper charity for people of age, where they try and help. If you want, I can get you the name of the charity. I can't remember it offhand now, but I can get you that, Rook, if you want to directly donate to them.
Rach, if you want to do that, I will gladly. That's something that my wife and I would definitely get behind. We donate everything we can around the
Yeah.
holidays when the weather gets cold. When we lived in the Pacific Northwest, we would give away tents and clothes and sleeping bags and stuff. I'm all about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm with
yeah.
you on that.
There is a charity that deals with it for that. I can't remember what they're called now offhand. It's just when you on the spot and you're trying to think. But anyway, I'll
Right.
find that out for you, Rook. And the next time you're up, next time Mel does another live, I'll find out for you and I'll let you know. So then you can donate directly to that charity.
Yeah,
Bless you.
that's
I'll
good.
be happy to. I'll be happy to. And
You know what?
He
before
did
we
call
move
you
on,
rat, though.
Rach.
Rage,
Okay. He
but like,
called
you know
no.
what?
He
That
called you
I
Before we
rat.
did.
move on, before we
Rat,
move on,
rage, I answer to
No,
anything.
I did that last night.
Oh,
before
that's
we move on,
okay.
I,
before we move on,
Answer
I
to
would
I
like to
got
anything.
say
mixed up.
those of you that have taken care of family members or have been in those supportive positions, I did it
Mm.
for years, and I have a fun little quick story. My grandmother used to forget who I was about once a month and called 911 when I would try to feed her lunch, and because she had her own phone line in her room, and I would get a phone call from the sheriff's department, and they would say, "Mr. So and So, your grandmother's calling again."
Oh, oh.
That's
You know
sweet.
what I did though? Like, I always like I just because I've got kids or whatever, and they always have like a million jackets and sweatshirts and stuff. I clean out my closets, and then I this past winter I took all of their jackets and sweatshirts and like extra blankets and stuff I had, and I put them at the bus stop, right? And so like I'd never done that before. I'd always put them like I had always put donated them to like a one of the places or whatever, Goodwill or whatever. And I did that at the bus stop, and I saw somebody with like that the jacket or whatever, and I knew it was my jacket or whatever, and she said that she got it at the bus stop, and I was so happy.
Oh,
She said
that's
that
nice.
like
Isn't
everybody
that a
was
great warm
thrilled.
fuzzy? Isn't that a
Yeah.
great
Yes.
warm fuzzy when you do something like
Yes.
that for someone?
Yes, I loved it. I was so happy about it. It made me feel so good. And she said that everybody loved that, and I thought I'm going to do that again because it certainly like got rid of like a lot of my, the clutter that you pick up all year long.
Yeah, I do it all the time. I used to give it to my friend's son because my friend had a son same age as mine, but he was a lot smaller. So
Yes,
when my son would grow out of things, I would bring bags and bags and bags full
I did
of my
that
son's
too. Yeah.
clothes, and he was always so grateful. It was so cute.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I always did that as well, but now these kids have gotten so big, and now I don't have as many littler ones. So I just did that with the bus stop, and I don't let honestly like I don't think I had enough gas to get to the Goodwill. And so I was like I'm just
You
going to
know what?
drop
I
it at the
donate
bus stop.
my stuff to. What's a good place to donate to if if you don't know where to donate is the domestic violence shelters for
Oh,
women
Right.
and
yes.
children.
Yeah,
Because
Yes.
women and children is a great place to donate, like used clothing or anything, hygiene items or anything like that. I'm a
Furniture.
domestic violence survivor, but yeah, I mean anything because when they go into the shelter, a lot of times the women and children go in there with the clothes on their backs because it's that kind of urgency
Right.
situation where they have to
Absolutely.
leave with just the clothes on their back. So it's a good idea to just
Infamous, I donated furniture. Like when I moved homes, I donated furniture to like a violence shelter or whatever
that's
because
good.
and so
Yeah,
that they had some
it
furniture. I
makes
was thinking like that would be
it,
so
it
nice
makes
because
a
some of
world of
them,
difference.
yeah, are starting over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Buy your
What I
winter
want to
gear
do is
now.
I'm gonna do a charity like a donation thing to get to make backpacks for the kids that like when they arrive at the shelter, and I'm gonna call them like backpacks of love, and I'm gonna put
Yeah.
so when they show up because like I said they go in there with basically nothing, and when they bring the kids are I'm a survivor, but yeah, fill them up with a pair of pajamas, a book, a blanket, some hygiene, maybe some school
Yeah.
supplies, because so it doesn't disrupt their school. And so, like when they come in, you can give each child a backpack,
you know
accordingly
what?
of
Yeah.
boy or girl or whatever. So then it has something that they feel safe and something that they can call their own.
That
You
would
know
be
what they
great.
Oh
always
yeah.
say they need? They always say they need socks
Yes, they
for
do
their
Yeah,
always
feet.
need socks.
Socks,
mhm,
Yes,
socks, socks. Yeah.
they do. They
yeah.
always need socks. You're right about
Yeah, me
that.
being a survivor, I think it's crucial. It's just real important to make sure the kids feel because you got to think the situation that they left from and they don't understand, they can't process. But if you give them that backpack and it's filled with just a little bit of goodies for them,
Yeah.
and all that stuff that they would they'll feel a little better. Maybe they'll feel a little at ease,
Yeah,
a
and
little
have
more
something of their own,
yeah, some
something to
comfort,
call
yeah,
their
something that
own.
they can call their own. So every kid that comes in, you give them a backpack.
That's a great
Filled with
idea,
stuff.
Infamous. That's that like makes me want to cry. It's so sweet. That's really
Yeah.
good.
Cause I went
Really
through it with
sweet.
my kids, you know what I mean? And I was in the shelters and stuff. So I know, and I know that, the lasting effects it can have on the kids too, you know?
Yeah.
My oldest daughter has, I mean, it still affects her to this day because I didn't know when I was young. I didn't know, what, you don't know this until you actually go get help. And it took a while for the light switch to go off, but they help, they don't make you codependent, they make you independent, but they give you the information. And then pretty soon, like the light switch went off. And, so now I'm like very passionate at just kind of raising awareness about, the signs and stuff and just giving the information out there because a lot of people don't know and don't realize how dangerous it is and how a lot of times they lose their lives trying to leave, and it takes
Yeah.
a woman up to 8 times to
Eight
leave and
times.
come back,
Yeah.
to leave and come back. Yeah, for before they actually finally leave, because that what they do is they take your credentials, they'll take your ID, your birth certificates,
Mhm.
all that
Sure.
stuff. So then you feel like you have to go back because they make you, what abusers do.
Yes, they
So
isolate you, and then they
yeah.
also like the most dangerous time is right before you leave. So
And so what I tell them, and then so I always try to. I've gone on panels before, just to, I've gotten PDFs and stuff, and just gone over like signs and the safety plans, and to always, you should always pack a bag, like of with your kids stuff, and make like an but emergency bag, but you give it to somebody that you trust, so with copies of your IDs, birth certificates, and everything. So if when it comes time for you to leave, you have that there. So when you do leave, you have that bag with all your documents and all your stuff.
yeah, and if
If I
you
could
don't have
interject really
documents,
quick,
don't
this
worry
is
about it. They help you get your documents,
What was
right?
that?
Yeah,
What was that?
yeah, but it's just a
Hang
good
on one
idea to do
second.
it like
Hang on.
if you're preparing
What
to
were you
leave.
saying, Billy?
no, I was going to interject. It's something that we preach to a lot of men over in the manosphere is to have an exit plan if you're in a relationship. I mean, if you're in a relationship, if you're involved with somebody and you're going to take it serious, you should always think ahead to the worst case scenario, and think ahead of what if this doesn't work out, what your exit plan is going to be,
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
have that in order.
I think
That way,
what
when you're in that relationship, you don't find yourself in a shelter. Maybe have something else, a backup plan, set up, that you can fall back
yeah.
on. But you should
Yeah,
always have an
if you're
exit
in an
plan in
abusive
any
relationship,
relationship you're in.
a lot of times if it's an abusive, a physical or psychological, what they do is they take things from you. So like you can't, like you
I
don't
know what
really,
they
they make
do.
you codependent, and it's a slow process. It's a very strategic process of what they do.
Hmm.
But
It's over time, and they get you to where you start to second guess everything that you do because just constantly just
Yeah,
worried
it's
if they're gonna
abuse.
fight with you, pick fights. Yeah.
but
So
Yeah,
you
also
I'm
have
it's
I'm
to.
very
important that
familiar
to
with
know
what
that
domestic
men are
abuse is.
abused as
Yeah.
Hang
well.
on,
They're
guys. I'm going to start writing it on my forehead with the camera on.
it is.
I was muted and I was busy
But
looking for
Bullets, what
something.
were you saying? Sorry.
No, I was just saying I'm very familiar with domestic abuse and the Duluth model. We're actually dealing in the manosphere with a criminal element of deadbeat dads, domestic abuse, and child support dodgers in and around our own communities.
Yeah. Absolutely. But it
Hmm.
also too, I think it's so strange that they're still in 2024 that it's still like people don't think that men can be abused and men can be abused and they
They
are
can.
abused. I just went over that case the other day about that OnlyFans girl that stabbed her boyfriend after,
Yeah.
and she's yeah, that's awful. And she like every clip I've seen of her, she's beating him and
Um, I
like
got into a snowball fight with my wife once, and
yeah.
she just kept throwing them at me. So I didn't want to hurt her. So I was like, I'm calling your mom. And so I think
Well,
Uh-huh.
that
I am a survivor of domestic abuse. I was falsely accused of DV and run through the system. The system was used to persecute me.
Yeah, I'm so
I
sorry you
just
I'm
went through
sorry you
that.
went through that.
I don't mean to make light of anything. All I'm saying is, it is kind of funny, but it's true. It's like,
The
if
knowledge
you're in
is
a
great to
situation,
have.
Just call the other person's mom, and the mom will come over and beat their ass.
That's true too.
My wife got
Right? Like,
so mad. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mister.
no, you're good. You're good. I'm not. I didn't mean to interject. I just, go ahead.
My wife got so mad at me one time. She ran up to me, and I thought she was gonna hit me. And she ran up and she pinched both of my cheeks, and she yelled, "Fuck you!" into my face. Well, she
That's
pinched
cute.
my cheeks, and I literally could not stop snickering. I was trying
Yeah.
so hard not to laugh out loud. That I was trying so hard. I was snickering that snot bubbles came out my nose, and I had
Oh
to laugh.
Oh,
no.
how delightful.
Gross. But I bet she was
Sounds
so
delightful.
irritated that you were laughing.
Oh yeah, but by then the dog was barking at us and stuff like that, and it was time for us to like dial it down a little bit, babe,
Yeah.
dial it down.
Right. And Bullets, I'm so sorry that you went through that. That's awful.
Oh,
Oh.
oh,
Not me. It wasn't me. I was on mute.
no,
I
it was
was on
Mr.
mute.
Mister.
If it's not me, it's not me. It's funny.
It wasn't you, Infamous.
No, it was Mr. Mister. I just muted him. Mr.
No,
Mister,
it's a
sweetheart.
horrible story, Crispy. I'll tell you about it some other time.
Yeah,
Okay.
domestic abuse doesn't discriminate. You could be rich, poor, homeless. You can have You can have all the money in the world. It doesn't discriminate. It's yeah. It doesn't
Yeah.
discriminate. Man, woman, anything. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look, I've put a
that's
comment in the back for you.
that story with the OnlyFans girl. They lived in a penthouse in Miami and making a ton of money, and she made him her assistant, which I can't think of something more controlling and emasculating than that situation that man was in. And they were young and beautiful and had the world by the ass, and they, and both of them, she's now facing life in prison and he's gone. And so it's just it's absolutely tragic, just tragic.
Yeah.
I hate to see
It
that.
is, and people don't, and there's such a stigma still. Like, and they tell you, I've tried to. That's why I try to like raise awareness and talk about it, like on panels when it's domestic, domestic violence month or whatever, awareness month, because they like people won't help you. A lot of people won't help you if you yell help. People don't want to get involved because they're like, oh, that's a personal thing. It's a, you know what I mean? It's a relationship. People don't want to step in, so they recommend you to yell fire. If you're in any area where other people can hear you, they say yell fire because people will come out looking
Yeah,
for the fire, and
that
then
is
people
true.
will see you and to yell fire. And there's
And
just
not
a lot. There's
help.
a lot of other little things, to try to. They say to not ever let them close you in. Always be where there's an exit. Like if they're abusing you or if they're coming at you, and in that situation, in a heated situation, so always make
Also,
sure you have
never
a
let
window
any.
or a door because they always
Oh
try to get you like
yeah.
in the bathroom where there's no window or door and kind of enclose you in a place where you have nowhere to go, where you have nowhere to run.
Right. But
Yeah,
they
this,
also never let anybody take you to a second location. If anybody
Hmm.
ever tries to get you to go in the car, you fight like hell and you battle to the death right where you are, no matter what. Never, ever let anyone take you to a second location
Do
because the
you all
second location is the last location.
do you also know that hand signal that women are supposed to give when
Hmm.
Yeah.
they're
The SOS
stressed
Yeah.
out
signal.
too? You all need to know
Yeah.
that stuff, ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I forget what it is, but I remember that hand
I
signal.
think it's the
It's like
thumb
supposed to
into the
say help.
palm, isn't it?
Fold
And then
fold
the
your
right
thumb into the palm of your hands and then close your fingers over it three
Yeah.
Yeah.
times.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. You've got
Yeah,
to.
Right.
right there.
If
People will
you
think
if
I'm
you
having like a
see the
stroke or
thumb,
something.
if you see the thumb go
That's
into
not
the
even
palm of
funny,
your
but
hand, and then
You're
the
like, what's wrong
fingers
with that
over,
lady?
flicking
No,
them.
those are actually the instructions I give my wife for a handy.
Oh no.
Mel, why
I'm
don't you
sorry,
go
I
with those
tried to lighten it up
questions?
for a second. I
That's okay.
apologize.
It's all
I
right.
tried
crispy,
to lighten it up for a second. I
crispy.
apologize.
What'd you say,
Yeah.
darling?
Why don't we go with those questions? So we've had like a
Yeah.
domestic
Well, the first
violence.
question that I really liked, the first question that I really liked was, do you remember your first kiss? And tell us a little bit about it. Bullets, go ahead.
Yes.
I'm going to
say
go around the
again.
panel.
What's
Do you
that?
remember your first kiss and tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, I think I was like 8 years old, and there's this girl in school that I really liked, and I kissed her, and Yeah,
Wow.
I really liked her,
Yeah.
and it was
Did
an
you kiss her
awesome
on the cheek?
experience.
Obviously, at 8.
Yeah, well, it was kind of like, I guess you would say, it was puppy love. It was my first crush. She was 7, I was 8. We were good friends. We went to the same school,
Aw.
and I remember her fondly.
Nice.
Oh,
That's sweet.
8. That's
She
At
cute.
moved
8
away,
years
and it
old.
broke my heart. It was the first time I ever had my heart broken. But her
Oh.
family, I guess they got another job. They packed up and they moved away, and it was over summer, and I didn't know it. And I went to, her house was a good 2 miles away, and I walked all the way to her house. And when I got there, the house was empty, and she was gone. So was her family.
Mel, before you ask the
Did you
next
ever look her
person,
up on Facebook?
Mm, I don't know.
That's a yes.
Have I ever looked her up on Facebook? No,
Yes. No. Well,
no.
look her up on Facebook and tell her
Why?
hello.
We were just little kids. I mean, God, that was
So
a long, long time ago.
that's okay. Like I've had people that reached out to me from when I was a little kid, and like I love that. I think it's great. Yeah. Look her up. See what
Mel,
she's doing.
can you remember that
Crispy likes the
radio?
stalker.
Can you remember that radio show with Tony Blackburn when he used to tell them like love stories and everything? You know that music that used to play in the background. That's what you should have. Now I've got it playing in my head.
No, I don't remember
Can you
that.
not remember on the radio? He used to do like a true love thing and everything, and because people used to write in, and he used to have this music that was, and that music's just sprung to mind, and I thought that's what should be playing there when you're asking about that first crush and everything.
No, I don't recall it. I don't recall it. I don't know
Google it
which one
now.
it is.
I'm going to Google it.
All right, darling. Fatty, do you remember your first kiss?
Kind of. Not really.
Oh.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I was kissing girls in kindergarten and stuff, like in a little fort out in the playground.
I bet you were cute as a little boy.
Oh yeah.
You
Fucking
still look like a little boy.
Yeah. No, I don't really know. Nothing that I know. We were always chasing chicks around and kissing them, and being boys.
Crispy, do you remember?
Oh yeah, I sure do. Like I remember it was a boy that was a little bit older than me, and he rode my bus. And then I remember like I forget where, like we were like outside somewhere, and then he like he like kind of pushed me up against the tree and he kissed me.
Oh,
And I know, like it was really good, and I loved him. I was madly in love with him, and I was so excited. And I was telling my best friend, I was like, and she was like, "Oh my god, he likes you!" And I was so excited. I was so happy. And then I actually, like, let's see, I like he got back in touch with me years later. Like he's an attorney now, and he was really lovely. Turned out to be like a nice kid. Just, and it has a beautiful family and stuff. I mean, I don't speak to him or anything like that. I just like he reached out to me one time on Facebook or something, and that's it. And I was really excited, but I was a late bloomer.
Yeah. I was a late bloomer too. Rach, do you remember your first kiss?
Yep, I was in my teens, and it was actually a friend who I'd known for years. But yeah, it was nice. It was more than nice because I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh, wait, I forgot.
You're still giddy.
Yeah, you are. I forgot. He also played chicken with me, like where he put his hand on my leg and was like, "Are you chicken?
Oh, yeah.
Are you chicken?" Yeah, and I was
What
chicken.
kind of game was that?
Stupid.
See if you can get all the way to home base.
Yeah.
Ah.
Trying to
They always
finish
play
my
spin the
survey.
bottle. Remember
It's
that?
like that little game, when you say, "Oh, I love pizza," and they're like, "If you love it so much, why don't you marry it?" I remember we saw it.
No, it was like,
that.
"Are you chicken?" And then if you
gone
said,
on, like,
if
to
you
Was
said
it
yes,
Kiss or
but I
remember
still
Kiss
speak
or
to him.
Dare?
Kiss or
Yeah.
Dare? No, I
Yep.
just played Truth or Dare, but I always picked Dare.
Yeah, Truth or Dare. Yeah. Spin the bottle, Truth or Dare. Yeah, we played all those games when we were kids.
You ever
Mm-hmm.
play 7 Minutes
7
in Heaven?
Minutes in Heaven.
7
Right.
minutes in
7
heaven.
Minutes in Heaven. Yep.
Oh yeah.
7 Minutes in Heaven. That's like really like a disgusting little game. That's like that somebody locks you in a closet or something with the
Yeah.
person, and then you're supposed to make out.
What kind of fucking
Figured
game
out.
did you Americans play when you were little?
I
You're
only played Heads Up
fucking
7
funny.
It was the 80s. It was the decade
He
of
said, "What
decadence,
kind
Mel.
of fucking
Decade of
games?"
decadence.
It was.
It was like a little like
What the
terrible
fuck?
game.
You lot played some fucking hardcore games when you were kids.
I didn't play those games. Like I was terrified, and listen, nobody wanted to kiss me either. I was tall and skinny and like just awkward. Just you guys know I'm awkward now. Can you imagine? Can you imagine when I was like 14? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Awkward.
If you had been
What?
tall and awkward and had braces, you would have been perfect, and I would have chased you.
Oh my god. No, nobody wanted it.
American hose.
Right?
You know what they say?
No,
We
yeah,
wear
we
hoop earrings too, right? The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
know,
thought the
right?
hoops were for the toes to lock into.
Oh gosh, listen to you.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I was a late bloomer. My very first kiss was at 17.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was a real late bloomer. And I remember I was on holiday in Italy, and there was this, and I've spoken about him before. There was a beautiful red-headed guy, which was really rare for Southern Italy back then. And he was dark red, but he had all these freckles and these incredible blue eyes. And I remember I was driving past this kind of like, bar thing with my aunt, and I remember I told her to stop the car. That's how impressed I was. So I saw him again over the next few days, and I kissed him, and yeah, it was amazing. It was like proper puppy love. I mean, nothing came of it, obviously, but yeah, I'll never forget how beautiful he was. He was such a good-looking guy that I was just like, when you look up at somebody and you just melt, and yeah. That was me, melting pot.
Those are good. Yeah, those are the days. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the fact that he liked me back was obviously a bonus.
Right.
Yeah, but nothing
That always
happened.
is a bonus.
Yeah, it's always a bonus. But I just remember looking at him like with my mouth wide open as we drove past him, going, like, it was that stunning.
We
He
call
was
that
a
being
Was that
Twitter-pated.
gorgeous?
Twitter-pated.
What does that mean? Twitter-pated.
It's when your front side gets all tingly.
Like your butterflies in your stomach. Woo, who's
It's
that
like
now,
when
Giddy?
you look at someone, you get butterflies and like just
You get all
la,
those
la,
funny
la, la, la.
feelings.
Yeah. Wait a second. How tall? Me or the guy? The guy was tall. I'm tiny. I don't think I grew up. I think I stopped growing at 13.
I did too, but I was 5'9" at 13.
Yeah,
so,
you see, I just stayed the same midget height I was when I was 13. So who's next? Mister, do you remember your first kiss?
Yeah, it wasn't magical. There was no butterflies or anything. Like, so, we were in class, and your last name dictates where you have to sit in the cafeteria. So I'm sitting next to this girl, and because our last names are aligned, she doesn't get to sit next to her friends, and of course I am on the receiving end of her angst, which also somehow just happens to be her attractiveness to me, and just so happens that with my luck, those are when they still had the metal lunch boxes, the ones that really hurt if you get hit with them.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are great.
and so it turned
5-pound
into this
thermos.
like masochistic thing where she would like grab me by the arm and like kiss me and stuff, but when we were in front of her friends, she'd be like, I don't want to sit next to you, and she'd literally pick up my lunchbox and smack me right across the head with it.
Oh, she's
That means
terrible.
she likes you.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was a horror show.
Did you like her?
I
Or
don't
no?
know.
Yeah.
Love hurts,
That's
man.
kinda-
Love
kind of
hurts.
violent.
So
Yes,
Kind of
it's
just
violent.
happened. she like cornered me, grabbed me by my arm and
Oh,
take me to like a different area or whatever, and
oh.
and kiss me once or whatever. But uh, yeah, it was weird. I didn't particularly like
Just like
getting
sexual.
hit on the head
You were
with the
confused
lunchbox.
already. You're like, what is
He
going
grabbed
on with
you
this
and took you
girl?
off somewhere.
Yeah, I took it off. Never go to the second location. I said,
What
"Hmm."
about
Well, you
you,
know,
Russ? Yeah, poor Mister got battered over the head with
I
a
know, with a
metal
lunchbox
lunchbox.
at that. I feel
She
she
bad
didn't
for
like
violent.
that
you.
too, because it got to the point like I'm not huge, but I'm big, right? So she hits me over the head so many times. I like look at her and I'm like, "Joke's on you! I have a head like a rock."
Oh God, how cute.
Oh God.
He's all, but it really hurt though.
Dude, that's awful. You poor thing. You were probably traumatized.
Carpenter's
No,
Journey, who
no,
are
it's
you
fine.
talking to when you say how tall are you? Who are you asking in chat how tall? How tall is who? Valentine Day was a good time to kiss a girl at school. Yeah, I guess it probably was. I mean, I never did that stuff at school. I was very like my dad's Italian, and God, any boy, man stare at me, he would grab him by the throat. And he would, he's done it before. He would just grab people by the throat if they were
Yeah.
looking at his precious princess. And I was very sheltered up until, and I waited. I wanted to wait, and I think that's the problem. Like nowadays, they don't really like. When I talk to my son, I say to him, "Dude, you need to just wait. You've got the rest of your life to do that. Do
Yeah.
it when you're confident within yourself." And he's like, "Yeah, I've already done it." Whether that's true or not,
Oh God,
I
I would
don't
be
know.
horrified.
I was like, "Oh, please, God, no. Did you use protection?"
Oh God. I just can't.
I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know because my son likes to wind me up, Crispy.
yeah,
He
he
tells
does.
me little white fibs to wind me up on purpose. So I don't know whether he
Hmm.
has or not. But I think we should encourage our children to hold on to their virginity for as long as they can.
I
Because
held on to mine forever.
I
Like
was
for
18 when I lost
I
mine.
was
So.
too. Yeah, and I was
Mm.
like the last person alive, it felt like.
Yeah,
So
I was
yeah,
18, and even then I didn't, my very first experience was awful and short, and
it
the
is
second
awful.
experience it still wasn't great. So
Mm-mm.
parents, encourage your kids to wait. It's really
Have that
important.
communication, that open line of communication, age appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What
I
about
didn't
Infamous,
go
you?
out
what
from
about
our wedding
what
anyways.
about you, Infamous?
Oh no, it was Ruck. Ruck's next.
Oh,
Ruck's
oh,
next.
okay. Sorry. I'm always out
Ruck,
of order.
what was your first kiss?
Who, me?
No, Ruck, and then you.
Oh,
Um, the first meaningful kiss or my first
No,
kiss?
your very first kiss.
My
Yeah.
very first kiss was like kindergarten or
Oh my God.
preschool. I had
Yeah, right.
babysitters kissing on me, and then when I was in kindergarten school, the girls would chase us around and kiss on us and stuff. But my
Oh, yeah.
first real kiss, Roylene Ashford, I was 13 years old, and she lived down the street, and I looked up to her father like a hero. He was a World War II fighter pilot in the Pacific, so he was like my superhero. And I had a
Cool.
crush on her. She was a year older than me. We started dating, as far as you could date at 12 and 13 years old, which meant she had Barbies and I had GI Joes, and we would play with Barbies and GI Joes. And one day we were at my house playing Barbies and GI Joes, and I allowed her to. This is where I failed, Crispy. I allowed her to take me to a second location.
second location.
You're never supposed to do that.
Fucking trap,
It
man.
happens.
Trap
It
every
happens.
time.
She took me by the hand and she said, "I want to show you something." And, my 12-year-old was like, "Yeah, okay, let's go." So she took me upstairs into my parents' bedroom where they had this huge walk-in closet.
Wow.
And she took me
7
in the
minutes.
walk-in closet and she closed the door.
Oh,
And then she
snap.
took my face in her hands and she gave me my first French kiss, and my world
I
changed.
bet.
Yeah, my world.
You women in the
I'm like,
US.
wow, these girls
And
are,
in the
these
parents'
girls are
bedroom
better
too,
than
huh?
we're just like throwing water balloons at and stuff. They're worth a lot more than that.
Yeah, I don't know where you guys found all these little skanky
That's cool.
kindergartners.
Oh,
Sorry,
shit.
can I just address Big Skunk? Big Skunk. I know it's natural, but when children are having sex with children, and what I mean by that is adolescents, so teenagers, right? They make more children. So best to try and talk to your children and try to wait, because when children have children, it's not a great thing. I don't think. If a girl gets pregnant at 13 or 14,
Well, let's
whatever.
be honest, Mel. Who ends up paying for it in the long run? The parents end up
Yes.
paying a lot of money and putting a lot of work into the choice that daughter and her partner made.
Right. That's why we encourage our children to wait.
Right. When
I'm
we
just
have
Like a
saying
young
big
that
golden
people
men
give
child.
their
I
come in
have
money
my
the
to
daughter at
manosphere,
14.
What was that? I didn't hear you.
I mean,
when
I
we
can
have
hardly afford to raise you. How am I going to raise your kid too?
right.
Right?
Right. What were you saying, Bullets?
the young men that I speak with, and what we try to encourage them to do is not to focus on sexual conquest. I mean, we know they're going to engage in sex one way or the other. We don't compel them to go monk or anything like that. We want them to focus on stacking paper and working on themselves for career and investment. And don't focus on anything serious until they're up in age. And can establish themselves. With what the tools that they're going to need to establish a family. If they're going to take something serious. Women, on the other hand, are different. When you're young, you have a limited amount of time. You have a certain amount of eggs in the carton. So it might be something that you might want to consider. That's why we tell men to, work on yourself. Don't worry about getting married until you're like, about 30 or plus. Beyond that, you'll be set up to marry a younger woman and establish a modern nuclear family. But yeah, we definitely encourage people to wait at least until you're 18, 19 before settling down, especially if you're a young woman. You want to start early as a young woman. With boys, we encourage them to wait until they're men, at least over 25, 30 years old, and have their finances in order to support a modern nuclear family.
Well, the women starts young, and then the men have to wait till they're men. So who? My ADHD brain just went somewhere. So never mind. I went down a different road.
Well, it's kind of like it goes into the logic
No, I
of
get it.
yeah.
I get it. I have ADHD.
What
So
about
that's how
you, Infamous? When did you first kiss? Because I've noticed that the boys on panel started kissing a lot earlier than us
Yes.
girls. So when did you?
I was. I think I was in 5th grade. I think it was in 5th grade, and I don't know if you're familiar with like those big cement tunnels, like they're like in the playground, like they're like big
Sewer
round tunnels.
system.
Yeah, like well, they're like not sewer systems. It was part of the playground, like, but they're like not a sewer system.
I know what
Sounds
you're
like a
talking
kissing
about.
tunnel to
Yeah,
me.
yeah. So
Mhm.
I went like we went in there. It did. He just pecked me. He just gave me a peck, and that was it. And it wasn't too. I mean, I remember it, but it wasn't crazy memorable.
Okay, so should we go on? No, but guys, on the topic is we're just messing around on a fun topic, but it is important, guys, that we educate our children. I know they have sex education in schools, but I don't think it's enough what they cover in schools. So it is important to sit down with your children earlier rather than later, whether you have girls or boys, especially with girls. Boys have got this thing where they just want to, as soon as they turn 13, they want to stick it in everything.
I know, but that's the problem is that I think everybody does speak to their girls, but they don't speak to their boys.
I spoke to my child
I
many
know you
times
did,
about
but
it.
There's a difference
you're
between
unusual.
sex and making love.
Yes,
And
obviously, but at 13, are they going to make love?
no, young men, in their teens, or early 20s, they're only thinking about one thing. They, they need to sow their oats, and get their experience,
Yeah, how to
and
trick the
they'll
girl
go
into
after
thinking
loose,
that you're
they'll
in
go
love so we
after
can have
loose
sex.
women, you know.
Yeah.
I
It's
had my daughter at 14, so I can speak out of experience that it was not easy, and it was very, it was a challenge. Definitely was a challenge.
Hmm.
Definitely. I mean, I didn't have kid after kid. I had my other son probably like 5 years later when I had gotten married, but yeah, it was a challenge. And I remember there were commercials on TV, and it was having like these public service announcements, and it just so happened, because it felt like it just because I was pregnant. These commercials of the children, like kids saying, I want to be this when I grow up, and I want to be that. I want to be a ballerina when I grow up. So
Right.
they're not gonna,
I want
Aw.
to be a mommy.
basically have sex, and I'm over here all fat and pregnant. I'm like, man, I used to get so
that must have been
like,
really difficult for you at 14, Infamous. I
yeah,
mean,
it was
at
a challenge.
14, you're
Yeah.
still a child. So that must have been
Mhm.
very difficult for you to suddenly be catapulted. Because it was
Mhm.
difficult for me at the grand old age of nearly 34 when I had my son. Um, how can a 14-year-old, I mean, obviously you did grand, but that must have been really like, how did you finish school and all that kind of stuff?
Well, I ended up. Well, I was. My mom. She. Well, when I had my daughter, my mom, because I'm obviously not old enough to have a job, right? So my
Hmm.
mom actually kind of stepped up. My mom, she wasn't very responsible. I kind of the role switched later on in life. I have a lot of layers to my stories, but I kind of was like the caretaker of her. Like there were some things that happened in our lives, but when I had my daughter, I mean, she just like she just took on there. She would do anything to make sure that my daughter was cared for, and she was so excited for her. But it was definitely a challenge, and I remember like being judged by the doctor that actually like I actually when I had my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they have to cut you, or like you might tear right there, and they have to stitch you up or whatever. And I remember,
Episiotomy.
yeah. So I didn't. I just kind of tore a little bit on the top part, but so he's right there, with my stuff in his and he's stitching me up, and because I was so young, I decided I was going to bottle feed because I was like that. They were too large for me to for my little self to be able to maintain that, and I thought it would just be a lot easier. And so as he's stitching me up, okay, so my precious stuff is in his hand, in his hands, and he's stitching me up, and he says, "So are you going to breastfeed?" He asked me, and I was like, "No," and I was explaining to him that I have back problems, and it would be too difficult for me, and so I decided to bottle feed him. And I remember he said, "So you're just doing it for cosmetic reasons?" Is what this doctor told me. And if he didn't have my stuff in his hands with that needle and thread, I was gonna kick him in his face because I couldn't believe he
Aw.
said that to me. I
I'm
was like,
sorry
"What?"
you went through all that.
Yeah, but I mean, just it was a struggle, But then I went into a group home, and we have staff. It was specifically for, for young girls that were homeless or in the system, or with children. So it kind of gave me some structure. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
have any of that structure, growing up because, like I said, I was kind of the caretaker. My mom did, she made some decisions that she did straighten up eventually, but so I kind of became the mother figure. So that being in that group home actually gave me some structure. Gave me like kind of what you have a routine and cleaning and just taking care of your everyday needs and necessities. But still, it's just even raising her, it was a struggle. I mean, me and her locked horns when she turned 14 because I was young, she was young, and then she's at 14. We were kind of locking horns a lot, just because I think the age. I had her very young, so there were times where it was up and down, but it was difficult because I was overprotective of her. I was always like just making sure I knew where she was, like almost a little too much. And I remember my daughter telling me later on, but I was always worried about her or somebody
Yeah,
taking, her being put in
because
that
you were
position that
you
I
were
was in.
afraid of history
Yeah,
repeating
yeah,
itself
and
at
I
that
did it
age.
more
Yeah,
out of fear. I think of my own fear, of
yeah,
what happened to
yeah.
what happened with me. And so my daughter eventually told me, she got to an age and she thought, "Mom, I'm not gonna be like you." She said, and I know she didn't mean it in a bad way, but she says, "I've been completely transparent with you, and just chill." She's all, "Just chill,
Yeah.
Mom."
but you can't
but
know
I
because you're
didn't realize
afraid.
how I was so,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
it was out of
can't
my
know, you
own fear. I
can't
was kind of,
rest until that period is gone in our life and just past it, not
Mhm.
following in your footsteps, but you will
Right.
always worry at that, especially that her age that you were when
Hmm.
you had her. So you are always going to worry when it comes to that age. You've
Hmm.
probably never worried up until then, until she's reached that age that you were when you had her. Yes, you're going to
Yep.
stress out in case history repeats itself.
That's
And I get
exactly what
it.
it was. And
Yeah.
that's exactly what it was. And I didn't realize it until she said that. So still your kids are you, and I learned a lot raising her though, because she's like she's a reflection of you. So sometimes they bounce back information that you're not
Yeah.
really ready for, or a response that you're just like, oh snap, and you don't really want to be like, oh yeah, you're right. Sometimes you're just like, you kind of take it in like, whoa, because you realize how intelligent they are and how they're
Yeah.
becoming their own person and stuff.
Hmm. Yeah.
And she
But you
bounced it back
still
at me.
have that fear,
So,
though. You do. You still have that fear, and you can't help it. You're just
yeah,
worried that that she's going to follow in your footsteps, and it's just going to be like a, a vicious cycle. Do you know what I mean? It's
right.
just going
And
to
then
go on and on and on.
it would
Yeah.
cause her to want to not be around me though too. There were times, you know what I mean, because I was
Mm.
so in my
Yes.
own, subconsciously, like showing that through my actions, just trying to be overprotective, way
Hmm.
overprotective, and
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
now I have her, and I have three boys now, so I have four total, and now
Yeah.
I'm a little more lax. And I think your firstborn is always like kind of like a trial and error.
Yeah.
You don't know how to be a parent. You learn.
Exactly. You're not
Yeah.
given once you fall pregnant, you're not given a handbook on how to be a parent. You know what I mean? You
Right,
Yep.
have
You
to
have a lot to
learn.
be thankful for, Infamous. You're a matriarch now.
right. Yeah, well, the
Hmm.
way I see it, I don't have family. I have no extended relatives. So the way I look at it, I always try to say there's always a way out. It might not be an easy way out, but there's always a way out. And I think that the way I look at it is I get to start my family tree all over again. So you got to have strong roots to have a strong tree, right?
Yeah.
So I
Hmm.
get to,
Yeah.
so basically I look at myself as the roots, you know?
Yeah.
You look at yourself as a mentor to other young women as well.
Hmm. Yeah,
What
most definitely.
young women are in dire need of mentorship, by
Yeah.
women like yourself, women like
Yeah.
Nicolina, and women like Sarah over the Raging Tomato, single mothers and stuff, and even women that are establishing modern nuclear families. Right now, because of feminism, women have gained a lot of freedom, a lot of benefits in the law, especially since the inception of the 19th Amendment. But in that they've also lost their virtues and morals, and
But there's a lot
and
of
maintaining
absentee fathers too,
and
and
establishing legacy in a modern
hmm
nuclear family.
hmm
You know
yeah,
what legacy is.
yeah.
Legacy is your
Well,
progeny and propelling your procreating and propelling your progeny forward to
Hmm.
establish these modern nuclear families. I know this is a lot of what people like Andrew Wilson is freaking out over, and that's why he's got this attitude. That's what's
Yeah.
that the biggest problem that we see on the gynocentric plantation is a lack of positive mentorship for young men and young women to establish modern
well,
nuclear
well.
families. And without that mentorship, we are seeing a decline in marriage and birth rates, and we are on the threshold of population collapse.
We gotta show them how
Well,
to be. We gotta show them how to be able to take care of themselves and get their, get the, like how the elders used to say, knowledge is power, and like you get your
Hmm.
education first and make sure that teach them. I think those skills. I mean, I would definitely be a mentor, but that's where I would probably want to guide them. Like to show them what's really important and show them like you gotta kind of learn how to take care of yourself
Well, I
before you
heard
can
what
take
you
care of
said
anybody
about the
else.
backpacks. You got a huge heart. You just need, I think, more focus and direction. Not just helping people, but guiding them as well in the process.
Right, right. But I got a lot on my plate right now, so I just try to do the best
Hmm.
I can with my YouTube channel and try to, just do what I'm able to do. I don't try to put too much on my plate because, like I said, I
Well,
got
I'm
three boys.
planting
So
seeds. I'm giving you
yeah,
seeds to plant. Let's see what
thank you.
blooms.
Yeah, yeah. That's exactly what I do. But thank you for the information. I mean, I appreciate any information is resourceful for me.
Can I just say something real quick?
Of course you can, Mr.
Uh,
Costello.
yeah. Well, so when basic biology becomes controversial, stuff like this happens. And I'll give you an example. Um, I don't think they're quite teaching this everywhere now in schools or whatever, but the the arousal zones for a man, a male and a female are completely different. And so where as a man might have his located in one region, a woman is not the same thing. And so most guys will just think, okay, I'm gonna come into a bar and I'm gonna, because of some idiot that they heard said some crap on the internet, I'm just gonna put my hand on this woman's back and kind of move in on her or whatever. But you don't know, that could be her, one of her zones, and she might turn around, just deck the guy or something, or but
Like
again,
your lunchbox situation.
yeah, exactly. But
Yeah, and I try to
That's
make sure that I give the good resourceful information, the good, the information that needs to be heard. Not I mean that probably would be in somebody else's category because I don't think I want
I
to
would
take on that too much. But I would be an
like
asshole myself.
I have a boy and a girl, and what I would say, they would have different, I would tell them different things. For the guy, I would say, look, just keep your damn hands to yourself, and if you
Mhm.
do want a girlfriend, you're gonna have to make the atmosphere comfortable for her, or she'll never accept you. It's that simple.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
and
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 having
for
that
the
open line of communication with your kids age appropriately, I think, is absolutely crucial too.
yeah, yep,
Hmm.
but
and I
Right.
think
So,
too.
oh,
Oh, I'm
no, go
sorry.
ahead, Crispy, because I was
I
going
was
to go
just
on to
gonna
the next
say, like I
question.
say it all the time, but I will continue to say it, is that people give their bodies away way too fast, and they should not give their bodies away to anybody until they're in a committed relationship. I have thought that my entire life, and I stand
Yeah,
by that.
I don't think we should judge casual sex, though, as long as it's done
No, but
safely.
it's not that I'm judging it. I just think that it just makes it so much harder when, when you're young like that. And I think you should be try to be I think people give their bodies away very early. I'm not trying to judge it. I'm not judging anybody. I'm not certainly not judging Infamous or anything like that. I just think that it's so hard when they're young and in love, and like and that's such a hard thing for you to teach somebody to keep your hands off of each other. Like, that's almost impossible, right?
Well, and
But
the
And I think
norm,
it depends
the
on your
societal
family
norm is
dynamic,
still there.
right?
right.
But your dynamic too of what you're around, your environment, what your environment is. Not everybody has, that environment to teach them. So it's
Hmm.
kind of happens.
Right. But
See,
it's
So
being
that's why I
really,
said
taught,
being
like,
a
the most
mentor would be
important thing,
crucial. Would
guys,
be
is not
real,
to
would be
judge or to tell people when not to do it, because kids would do it anyway.
Yeah.
The most important
Yeah, they're
thing, I
going
mean,
to.
yeah, try and discourage them, but also teach them about safe sex. Teach them about STDs, STIs. That's
Yeah.
the key.
Yeah.
oh
Put
my
them.
Mhm.
God.
You see, when I
Show them the
was
pictures
younger,
of what
when
it
I
looks
was
like.
in my teens, we had sex education. It was totally different to biology. It was just about sex education.
Yeah,
Then
but
when I
nowadays
went,
they don't teach it as much,
they
Rachel, in
don't.
school.
No, in fact, they don't. But then again, Mel, having said that, they've changed the school system, because I was in the 3-tier system, and I got sex education, but they've
I don't remember
changed
if
it
I
to
got sex
2-tier.
education.
Eh?
I don't remember if I got sex education. I don't
I did.
remember.
I got it in the 3rd year of the middle school. We got sex education, and then not long after I left school totally, I found out that's when the education board started disappearing, and they took away sex education. But I don't know if they've brought it back, because they've gone back to the 2-tier system of primary and secondary schools. So I don't know. They might have changed the subjects for secondary. I don't know.
I don't
think
know.
the environment here in America, in the United States, is that everybody's so ultra hyper tolerant and ultra sensitive to a lot of subjects, and I think sometimes there's a lot of subjects, and that's the sex education is even a touchy subject with a lot of people that I've heard conversation. I'm like, I think it's crucial that the parents should either they talk to them or allow that, because I remember I got sex education when I was in school.
I mean, don't get us
There was
wrong. My
I
mum
don't.
had to sign a form to say for us to be able to take part, because like, even back then there was, these people that were against it and everything. But I found it to be really educational for us, because it opened my eyes. Do you know what I mean? And yes, the teacher done it, I found, in the right way, because what he done was he went, right, before we begin, let we get all of the, the stupidness out. So he went, so I'm going to write a list on the board of every slang term you can come out with about the genitalia of both male and female. He went, and I think he started off with the males first, and he went, right, now we've got all that out the system. He went, now we can crack on properly. And everybody seemed to be down with that, and, listened and everything, and got into the subject properly. Like I say, it was a separate subject from your biology and stuff.
No, but it's not just about obviously the anatomy and what the female
It's
anatomy.
about everything.
I've spoken to my son in detail about STIs and STDs, and it's really important that we share knowledge about STIs and STDs with our children. It really is important, and I do sometimes wonder whether parents avoid that particular aspect of sex, and they're just more focused on the pregnancy bit. It's like, no, guys, we need to talk about it all.
Listen,
About 75% of a given population is infected with some form of STD. So remember that next time you hit the bars and the clubs.
right. My mother worked
Wrap
for a
it up, gentlemen.
gynecologist.
Right, yeah, wrap it up, guys.
Yeah.
And I
My
think
mom
showing
worked for a
pictures of what it looks like too will deter them too.
Yeah, my mom worked for a gynecologist, and I think I've told you this before, but she had these booklets, and she would bring them home, and they had like they had every disease in this booklet and a picture of it.
Oh,
And
you
to me,
love
they
it.
all looked like blue waffle. Like it
Oh, that
all
doesn't
was
even
like
exist.
Don't go there,
it all
Crispy.
looked like I
Not
think
this
that's what
early in
I
the
was
morning.
terrified of. They were so gross. It was the grossest thing. Like, oh my
We
God. And my
get
mother
it.
just like, she always was handing out those damn booklets to
I
all
had a
of us.
friend send
Well,
me a
with
text
that,
message
Mel,
with that link, and I was
I'm
so
gonna duck
traumatized.
down.
All right, darling.
Okay.
Thank you for
Crispy,
coming up, honey.
Fatty, Rach, Mr.
See you later, love.
Infamous.
Good to see you, buddy.
Talking with you all
Bye.
tonight. Hope you all got a positive takeaway. Y'all have a good night, and I guess I'll see you Thursday, Mel.
Yeah, well, I'm on tonight again, but I've got an interview with somebody, and then I'm going to do the men's mental health, because I was thinking earlier, it's been a couple of weeks since I've done one, and I wanted to do regular ones. But if you could come up on Thursday, I'd really appreciate it. Maybe
Let's do it. Absolutely.
if you could talk about, if you wanted to, if you're willing, talk about what we touched upon tonight, because that is to do with mental health and how to, and how to escape a situation like that without either being hurt or arrested. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'd love to share information and stuff. Yeah, let's do it.
Thank you,
All right.
Bullets, and have a
Y'all
good night, my darling.
Good morning or good night,
Thank
whatever
you very
comes
much for
first.
your
Great week.
information
We'll see you
too.
later.
See you later.
Alligator.
Bye, honey. Thank you for coming out.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
lovely.
that blue waffle. Anyway, I had a friend send me a text message, and they sent me that link, and I was not ready for it, and I was traumatized. I was so mad at my friend. I was like, "Why are you saying that?" I know it doesn't exist, but I was so traumatized about that thing.
It doesn't exist.
I was so traumatized. I told her, "Why did you say that to me?"
I just made Wrestler go look at it. So
it's not real.
Let's listen to it. Well,
I've never heard of it until I hit the American YouTube panels, and somebody said to me about the blue waffles, and I was like, "What's that?" And then when I looked at it, I was like infamous, grossed out. But then when I dug into it, it's not real. It's not real, guys.
I literally thought it was
But it
real
is very
forever.
traumatic to look at.
Yeah, very traumatic to look at.
I thought it was like, I thought like these women have to be from another country and they must have like something like some kind of like monkey STD or something.
I don't know, but when I look at it, it's said it's made up. It is made up. It's like it's absolutely
Yeah.
made up. So moving on, the next question, which I really liked actually, is if your pet could talk, what would their voice sound like and what would they say about you? So Fatty, you've got the mastiff. You go first.
Oh, oh man. I did find a picture of my first girlfriend.
Oh, you did?
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I put it in the back.
Oh,
Or
I
it's
wanna
on the share
see.
screen, actually.
oh, it is. Oh, let's have a look. I didn't even realize there
I
was a
wanna
share
see.
screen. Oh, come on, Faye.
That's Samantha.
Fatty.
She's a zombie Sasquatch, and she was
Something.
totally hot after me. And her brothers were total assholes, and they used to chase me around the
Sam.
neighborhood and rub dog shit in my hair and stuff like that. And yeah,
Wow. She's cute.
yeah,
she's
Fatty.
she's a keeper. Yeah, there's her parents. That says before prom.
Woo-wee. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, good stuff.
Good thing you didn't have no kids where you would.
Yeah, we used to grow. My brother was kind of a dick. He used to harass me quite a bit, but it was cool. There's Uncle Larry. Larry was kind of a weirdo, but he was all right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You're a mess,
Tough.
Fatty.
It's a tough life up here in the woods, you know? You just never know.
What is that called? The butterface? Everything looks good on her but her face.
Nothing
right.
looks good on her though.
Now she's 20/20. She's right. She looks good from 20 feet away or going 20 miles an hour.
I literally was about to say, like, I guess you shouldn't dox her, but it's okay. Look, she's
Yeah,
cute.
they're wood
growing on
folk.
me.
They don't really have any address or anything.
Those are some in-laws to have. Yeah.
Yeah. There's cousin
Lovely.
Brutus. Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
dick.
yeah.
He's all
Oh,
about
wow.
his science.
Manage
Yeah,
your
scientific squatch.
expectations.
They kept it in
Yeah,
the
manage
family.
your
Yeah?
expectations and don't punch above your weight.
That's right.
Always punch down. Yep. Uncle Cletus, he was a reader. He liked to read the books and yeah. Yeah, there's the family portrait. Yeah.
Beautiful, really beautiful.
Yeah, so I didn't figure I'd marry into that family, you know. I couldn't hack it. She was a good kisser though. She had a long tongue.
Oh God.
Oh, these are the trail cam pictures we got the other day out at hunting camp. That's right. I forgot about these. So these ones are real, actually.
What do you mean it's real, Faye? What's real
These are
about it?
trail cam pictures. See, I was only got like 3 fingers and 3 toes, and yeah, these are the new hybrids coming out of the Pacific Northwest here. It's it's all the craze, you know. That guy. How would you like to run into that guy?
It doesn't exist, Faye. It doesn't exist. It's not real.
You gotta manage your
There's no
expectations.
Sasquatch. There's no Bigfoot. I'm sorry. I know
There
you're a
is
big
not.
believer, Faye, but there really isn't.
Well, either way, she was a
Debunked
really
it.
hairy gal. And
But that's like we were having that conversation. Remember, Faye? Do you remember that lady?
oh yeah,
The really hairy lady. What did
Yeah,
they
yeah.
call her?
she was a werewolf lady. Basically,
Werewolf
she was
lady,
yeah, she was extra hairy and what's her name there got me caught in a conundrum trap on the language verbal trap stuff, you know, that we do to each other with, you know, virtue signaling and all that stuff.
Must have been from Europe.
Well,
What do you mean?
you know, if your good buddy approached you and he was like, hey bro, dude, I met this chick and she's like totally your type, dude. Like you guys would totally hit it off. I know you guys would hit it. So like, only thing is that she's really hairy. Like she's got hair all over her face. Like she, you know, potentially kind of looks like this guy. But, you know, would you still at least entertain going out on a date with her in public? And of course, I was like, well, hell yeah, of course. I mean, I tend to try to give everybody a chance, you know, and a couple other guys on panel were like, fucking absolutely not. I'm not going to go embarrass myself, you know, with some freak.
Well, I mean,
And
the
then,
French,
what's her
you know.
name? Pulled up the picture
Oh
of the guy.
yes, I remember
Broke
that
out.
conversation.
Like,
That's right.
yeah, she's
Um,
straight up real
I
person,
don't know,
like
guys. She's a real
traveling
person.
carnival type of thing, you know. But she looks great when she's shaved. But she would have, you know, she has a beard, like a man beard, where she gets stubble on her face because she shaves so often. And
May I remove this, Fatty?
actually, kind of, you know, it's like a little under 1% of humans have that that feature, you know. Most guys get it and they just end up looking like freaking Sasquatch, hair all over their back and everything else. But for a woman, it's pretty rare. So
No, but it's also devastating for a woman.
oh, yeah,
When a
for
woman's
sure.
super hairy, and especially like that lady, she was, you know, the werewolf lady. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't even begin to imagine what she must feel like having all that hair all over
For
her
sure.
body. I mean,
And she was Northern Indian, I believe, and didn't shave pretty much her whole life until she was in her 20s. Was the thing also that, you know,
and then
was
she met
against her
somebody,
culture.
didn't she? She met someone, and
Yeah.
that's when she started
Yeah.
shaving, and they made a lovely couple. She was behind, like, once she'd removed the hair. Good morning, Sippin. Once she'd removed the hair, she was a pretty girl. Yeah, no, she was. Can you imagine, bless her, what that must feel
You
like? I
know
mean,
that. Oh yeah. Matt or um oh God. No, keep talking for a second.
well,
I
no,
just
I mean,
lost it.
I'm lucky, right? I thank God didn't take after my dad's sisters, right?
Oh
Thank
right,
God.
Man.
right.
They were very hairy, and
Mustache girls.
yeah, they had to have electrolysis around their
Yep.
lips and their chins, and even up here, let alone
Sure.
you know. And I'm so grateful I took over my mum's side where they've hardly got any hair. But
Yeah.
I, you know, when you think, God, I get upset. I can count on one hand the amount of hairs, which is one leg, and I'm like, damn, those 4 hairs are irritating the hell out of me. and like,
I know, right?
right, and
gonna
it's
say
4 of
that,
them.
yeah, I'm like waxing like 3 hairs. I can imagine. But Charlie Manson, that was like one of the Manson girls. That was
Oh
like
yeah.
one of the things that he manipulated her with, was that she had a lot of like body hair, and he was telling her like how gorgeous that she was and how beautiful that was. And she had been, you know, she had been made fun of forever about it, and she was very, very self-conscious about it. And that's how he was able to get this like straight A student that was, that played the violin or whatever into his cult, was that he was telling her how gorgeous she was and how amazing that was, that she was so original.
Oh, come on, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
what's that? There's some idiot fucking doing that.
It's an
Yes.
it's an
In the back.
ancient tactic.
Oh God! I
no,
thought you were like
Jennifer.
young. I thought you were telling me.
Oh no.
No, like just
I was like-
now. Somebody
I was like,
popped up and
no,
he's
that
like,
actually happened. It's part of the Manson story.
I
You know,
was just
Damn,
trying.
Mel.
I was just trying to reinforce Crispy, where that's one of the tactics of mental
why?
manipulation. Is you take someone's perceived or self-perceived shortcomings and
Yes.
Resla, please don't do
compliment
anything like
them
that in the
on that,
background.
and you turn it into a special thing for them, and
Right.
you empower them with that.
Cause a memory came out today. Tired of it.
I just want to say for the record, I was not the guy who was doing that in the background, folks. It was a bad time to hit the link. It was terrible
Yes,
time
it
to hit the
was.
link.
You tried to get back at me for that blue waffle.
Who's got the music on? Can you put it off?
So
just
some
because
guy
of-
was backstage.
Sorry about that. I got you.
Wait.
This is the second time tonight.
Yes.
I had, because when somebody comes in my backstage, I hear bloop, like a little noise, bloop. So I went and had a look, and he's there going, And I'm like,
Mel, they'll have heard you mention it to me earlier on, and they'll have been sitting
this is
there
second
waiting.
time, Rage.
Yeah,
tonight.
but they'll have been sitting there waiting for you to drop that link with bated fucking breath so they can get up and do it again.
Wait, it's the second time you got an invitation like that, is what you're saying?
No, there's no invitation. I don't invite them to do it, but it's the second time tonight, and
What
I'm
they
like,
do is
why?
they just sit there in the wait for her to drop the link, and then they hit it.
You know what it is, Mel. You know, it's the end of the weekend. They got to get their last out before they start work. That's what it is. So
It's so weird. It's like, oh my god, get another gimmick like that.
it's
one
like
is
Friday
played
went through,
out.
Saturday went through. We gotta hit a Monday morning before work. So you know, no Pandora. This is the place to do it. So
Yeah, but we don't want that shit in our hair.
Reza, listen,
That's
it
right.
stopped for a while. It was happening a lot, and then it stopped, right?
Yeah,
Which is
it did.
great, because I was like, thank God it stopped. And now, tonight it's happened twice. I've seen two different ones. I don't know if it's
What's the common denominator, though, Mel? What's the commonality here? It's due to the fact that nobody wants to show Resto their dick.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Resto's not
Straight up.
That is what it is for sure.
It doesn't happen when the guard dog's watching the door.
No, it doesn't.
See, Resto, you took a night off, and I have to deal with penises.
you hear this, Resto? The double standards.
Yes. Telling you.
Resto comes back, I'm gonna have to change my picture.
No, Resla, I asked you a question in chat. Would you date a hairy girl?
Oh God, he would not.
I guess it depends on how much and where the hair is.
Well, a hairy girl would be
like a long beard. You know, like
no, I that's not my kind of dwarfs that I would be interested in. So no, that's not the bearded ladies. That's not
Yes,
my
he did
thing.
say dwarfs, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, for those who know me, I got no problem with the little people, but not
I
the bearded
love the
ones.
little people.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean you've got no? So what you're saying that you would date a little person, but you wouldn't date a hairy person?
Believe it or not, on a random thing, I've dated a little person.
Nice.
I've done so. It was cool. It was cool.
Yeah,
She was a good person. We were really cool for a while.
Oh,
We
how
dated
long
for-
did you
we
date?
dated we did it for a couple months, about 2.5, maybe 3 months.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love, like, I'm obsessed with little people. I love all those
You
little
said
people
obsessed?
shows. I do. I really love those little people shows. Big, or Little People, Big World. I watched that from when they were babies all the way till now they have their own babies. I watched like the Little Couple. I watched every single little person show. I watched Little Girls or Little Women of Los Angeles. I watched them all. I loved them.
Yeah, she's not lying. She's obsessed, folks.
She's not lying. She's not.
Mhm.
But no. What's it? You know? Are we talking about dwarfism, or are we talking about just short girls?
Well, technically, if they go below a certain height, it's no. Okay, so the person that I dated had dwarfism, but if you're a certain height, then they do consider you to be a dwarf just by height.
Yeah.
But the person I'm talking about had dwarfism. Yes.
Did she have like the large butt and then like the large head? Yeah. Okay, that's a certain kind. Yeah. They've got like there's a million different kinds of dwarfism,
Is
and
that
then but that
Yeah.
one's a common one. Yeah. And then they
It's
have
them
like
with
they've got
the
trouble
little
with
people with the big heads and the big butts. I think are they?
Oh, actually, let me correct. She didn't have a big head, but she was very proportionally shaped. I'll just say that.
Yeah, they're like hourglassy shaped. Yeah, they've got a they're built very like Coke bottle or whatever they call that. But yeah, and then I think too there's this one lady that's from Russia, I think, and it was on the Little Women of Los Angeles, I think, and she's like, I feel like she's like a little pony or something. She is completely proportioned, and she's just little.
She
But
said a pony.
she's so I mean, you would not. She doesn't have any of the characteristics of a dwarf, none whatsoever. But
Yeah,
she had this hellish
they're out there.
upbringing, like where, like her, I don't know, she was strapped to a hospital bed or something, like for months and months, like where they wanted to straighten out her legs. Or they did some horrific shit to this girl when she was a kid, when she
They
was
were
a little
doing
girl.
what, Crispy? They were trying to stretch out her legs.
Like straighten them out and like stretch them out or whatever, and whatever they did, like, I mean, it sounded just god awful, and I felt terrible for her, but it really worked out. Like, I mean, her body was just absolute, she just looked like a, like, I mean, perfectly proportioned, everything, but she just was really little,
Just really
like
little. Yeah,
your
they're out there.
size. Yeah,
And
your
Leslie,
size
how
but
tall are
smaller.
you? I'm just curious because I'm just trying to picture the height difference.
I'm 5'11".
Oh, yeah, and
Oh,
that's the other thing too, is that they seem to always get like a tall dude too. Those little women always seem to have a tall like man. Mhm. It happens. And they don't always have like they don't always have dwarf babies either. Like
No,
that
it's a
that
50 chance. It's a 50% chance.
yeah, well, it just kind of depends, I suppose. It depends on what kind of, cuz for instance,
Yeah,
like that.
recessive, dominant. You're
Yes,
right on
yes.
that.
And then I guess like that Big People Little World couple, they are both dwarfs. They had twin boys, right? And I always think like, how did that little woman have twins in her belly? And one is like typical size, like a typical guy size, but not even
And the
typical. He's
other's
like
tall.
6'3" or something. And the other one is a dwarf.
Yeah.
And then those two now are grown up. The twin boys have grown up and they have babies. Oh, mind you, they had four other kids and they're all like regular size except for just this one dwarf kid. And
So
then
what you're saying is absolutely right because the girl
yeah,
I dated, her brother is tall, but
yeah.
she's mini.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens all the time. It's so strange. And now these two kids, like they've now had babies, and then like the tall kid, his children are typical, but then the dwarf kid, he married a typical sized lady, and she like, and now all of their kids, like there's three of them, and they all are dwarfs or whatever. But they're just going along. I mean, they're like the cutest babies you've ever seen in your life. Like, I would love, I mean, I would not want to have that because of all of their health problems. However, they're such cute babies. Like, they're adorable. Oh my God, I love them.
Not gonna lie, Crispy, this is gonna sound weird, but it was a tough breakup.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I
oh.
bet. Yeah.
But
No,
men do like
don't say
little
you
women,
bad. Don't say you bad.
right?
Yeah.
But
Well,
men
no,
do
I
like
just
little
mean like,
women, don't they,
yeah.
Resla? You know, in general, men like little women. And I'm not necessarily talking about dwarfism. I'm just talking about smaller women.
It that depends on the guy, really.
Yeah.
Guys in chat, do you like? How do you prefer your women? Do you like them small or do you like them tall?
They
I'm
like them
just curious.
small. They do,
So
I
so
promise.
so I say
Juicy.
I'll say for me,
Juicy.
I've dated women who have been smaller than me. Obviously, I told you I dated a little person, but I've also dated women who have been taller than me, and
Oh,
they turn on and say, "Oh, you're small," and I'm just like, no, heifer just means I don't want to bring a damn ladder with me every time I'm with
Yeah.
you. But yeah, like you happen to be tall, like, but who cares? Um, but I men are some men just have specific things they're looking for, and there are a lot of men that they will choose things based on maybe the ethnicity or the shade. Like people are very different. Some guys like larger women, and some people are just looking for something more to that hip to waist ratio.
oh,
Hey,
Jonathan likes
Russell.
tall
So for
women. There you
so
go.
So
Yeah,
for
like,
me, so for me, a lot of my friends, especially a lot of my female friends, they say we can never figure out what exactly you like, and it's because it really changes depending on skin tone and ethnicity. I change up my standards depending on who I'm dealing with.
hey, Russell, can I ask you, if you don't have to answer, but can I ask, well, like, how come it broke? How come you all broke up? Or
How
you
come
don't
I
have to
what?
care. What is it?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You said how come I what?
How come you all broke up? Like, you don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Uh, So part of it was her profession. Part of it is I did have the concern of, like you said, the health complications, and I don't know, especially as young as I was, if I was not that like I was super young, but as young as I wasn't really ready for if I wound up having a little person as a child.
Right.
I was well enough to say that, and she totally understood. Like I said, cool chick. She did have a profession that I knew that she would not leave, and I totally understood why.
What was the perfect? Like, can you say what the profession is, or like
She's,
kind of?
she's a dominatrix.
Oh,
Oh,
Nice.
I wasn't expecting
Badass.
that.
Yeah,
oh, that's so
Super badass.
spicy.
yeah.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. That really took me back. Well, okay.
I mean, listen, like my interview skills have gotten a lot better here.
This
Like,
disclaimer. That's not to say I'm into that. So that thing.
Yeah,
No, this is a
Okay.
disclaimer.
that's how you
But that-
met.
Oh no, it's not how I met her. I met her drinking too much on a New Year's Eve.
Oh, and what? She just turned around and said, "Turn around, boy. Let me spank your ass."
No, we were having a fire conversation, but we were drinking all over the place, and because for some reason that day I didn't take my wallet. Well, rather, let me just say it this way: my wallet had an ID, and I'm very bad at this, by the way. I'm very bad at updating my ID to my current residence, where no matter where I'm at. So when I got really lit and I'm trying to figure out when I need to go home, she's like,
Yeah.
I need to look after him. Tried to get me in the car. This is before Uber became a thing. And then I'm like, she's talking to me. She's trying to get me my address to the cab driver, but I'm like, this is not my address. Like that. I
She
don't live
lured him
there.
to a second
It's a
destination.
I don't live there. And like, so she did the kind thing, which was to put me up for the night where she was, since she was a local in her neighborhood. And one thing led to another.
Oh.
Nice.
not the second location.
Always the second location.
What did your friends or what did your family think? I mean, did they have a lot of opinions about it, or what did they say?
So, so for my family, my family did not know. Not because I kept a secret or anything, because there were so much women coming in and out of my life, no one really cared. If I didn't literally tell my family, hey, I'm inviting this girl over, they knew there was no one special. And to my guys, they know kind of what my approach is. Sometimes when it comes to specific ladies, it's like, I'm the kind of girl that like to screw with their mind and then unwind with some slow head. So they're like, hey, go ahead.
What? Wait, what? You said what's that? Wait a minute, wait, go back. You said something about slow head, what?
I like to F a girl's mind and then end with some slow head.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Based.
God. No.
Don't look at me.
Well, ask Mel for help. Don't do it.
Looking at you.
I like the way when things get tricky, Mel.
My safe word is pumpernickel.
I'm so uncomfortable.
I bet that was
It's
an
funny because
experience.
it was one time we were having a conversation and she told me literally one of her clients, her coins, as they put it, his safe word was pickles.
Oh.
I was found
I-
it funny for some reason.
I want to go back a second here. Who the hell chooses pinch her nipple as a safe word?
Oh, God.
Pumpernickel.
I don't know.
James is like, so I just
Pinch
dribbled.
her nipple. Pinch her nipple.
I'm so shocked that I dribbled.
Big puppies. Jeez.
I was trying to read James's comment. He goes, no, it's just got weird.
Did Mel just snort?
No, I didn't fart. I dribbled. It just came out.
No fart. Snort. Did
No,
you
no
snort?
fart.
Okay.
I can control my gas. I don't need to do it on a public forum.
No one.
Blowhead.
No, I just tripled. It was like. Blah, 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 blah.
Mel has the dribbles. Sarah, when you need her.
I don't know why. I don't think I could take any more of Res.
No, but like I said, cool chick. Once in a while we'll talk via text, like birthday, or just once in a while hit up. She's actually married now. She's married to a guy. He's a nice guy. He decided to go the whole way. Who's tall? Who's taller than her? Let me just say that he's average height.
Okay, that's cool. He's probably enjoying her experience in the bondage market,
Well, I don't know about the bondage part, but I will say she's in my top 5.
Oh.
All right.
Oh my god.
This.
But I'm gonna go there, Rizla. I'm gonna go there, right?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna go there.
Right, we're going there.
We're going there. We're going there. Right, you being African American.
No, really?
Yeah, you like have a reputation on size. How did you not destroy her if she was little? I went there.
Oh my god!
So, all right,
Run away.
Normally I've given this story before on another channel of people that I hang with, but I guess I can tell you guys here. So the first night, because of how inebriated I was, I couldn't really remember anything.
Yeah.
So it just kind of happened. And then when I woke up, it was an awkward situation because I'm waking up with a stinging headache from the lights in my eyes from the damn sunrise, and this cute little thing swinging her legs in the chair, and I'm just like,
Crispy, you always seem to open up Pandora's box. You have a knack for it. I don't know how you do it, but you do it every single time. And you don't even intentionally do it. I don't know what's going on.
Oh
So back. Sorry, I'm curious about this. Right, I really am. So, bearing in mind your reputations, and she was a little person.
Mm-hmm.
Did you worry about breaking her?
Mel,
Uh-huh.
I am a bunker buster.
What's that?
What's that? I don't know what that means. What the fuck is that?
Oh my god! What's that?
What's a bunker buster?
Bombs away, bro. Bombs away.
I didn't mean it.
A bunker bust? What? A bunker?
Leaving a gaping hole.
What is it?
I'm gonna look at it.
I'm gonna let it sit for your ladies. I'm gonna let it sit. Let that get in your mind for a moment.
Extra heavy, dropped from way up.
Oh my god! It's a bunker bust. What is it?
Might penetrate all the way down to the bottom of Mel's hole.
He gave you all a hint. He said she was sitting on the chair with her legs dangling. She wasn't walking
That's what
anywhere.
Mel does.
She
Mel
wasn't
says
walking
Mel is
anywhere. She wasn't moving. She was sitting on the chair with her legs dangling, looking at him when he woke up.
Oh,
Yeah.
bunker buster
Tripping
sounds
balls,
fun.
bro.
I'm not gonna
Tripping
lie.
balls.
It sounds fun. Oh,
Come on, man.
Not for the chair.
Right.
Maybe not for the chair, though.
I never heard that.
I've never heard of bunker busters, but it sounds
bunker
fun.
buster.
I
Like I guess
wouldn't
like
be-
a bunker is like something you would like. You would like
It's a
get
desert
to like.
desert storm thing. It's it's,
like
yeah. When we were looking for those guys, they're in their bunkers. They're
in
down in the deep sea.
Like in case like Armageddon breaks out, you get in a bunker.
Well, no, James says bunker buster goes deep into the caves.
Oh my god!
all the
before
way
it
to the back.
explodes.
All the way to the back. You know,
I'm
there's-
still
It,
gonna
it
have to make
penetrates to the ultimate depths before it explodes.
Yeah, I guess.
Indeed.
Like that's a deep, dark.
It's got the hardened tip on it.
That would be. That's more than the tip.
And listen,
Jonathan was wondering, Resla, did that include butt stuff?
that include what?
Butt stuff.
Butt stuff.
Oh, we
back
can
door.
still talk. I'm trying to figure out how. So I'm not gonna confirm or deny anything.
Yeah. None yet. The best answer.
That's a yes. That means
So
butt
yes.
stuff.
I'm not
Wrestler.
confirming or denying
I'm
anything.
sorry for the
You
poor
just
girl. You
confirmed
just,
it.
Sorry,
you
I
just
had to wipe my eye. I was getting emotional just thinking about it.
Well, I don't know what it means in his terminology, but the ones that when you Google it, it's
Oh,
I'm sure you can use
infamous
your
Googled it.
imagination. I'm sure you can imagination and probably figure out what context he's speaking about. But it says the meaning of a bunker buster is a bomb designed to penetrate the Earth's surface and explode underground. So I don't know what it means in his terminology.
All the way in the back of the cave.
Folks, for the record, I already stated top 5.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm so uncomfortable.
I had to turn my camera off. I couldn't cope anymore.
Has your bunker been busted?
Hey, even the AI won't even tell me what it is. Fucking the AI.
Has your bunker been busted?
Oh god. I never heard
No,
that.
my very first experience was with a black man. Big mistake, Mel. Right?
Oh.
And we didn't get very far. He popped my cherry, it hurt, and that was the end of that.
Yeah.
Like slipped over. And I think I have had PTSD from that ever since.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not ever like I never did that because like I saw that and that it's way too big.
It was way too big. Yes,
Way
it
too
was way too big. Like I couldn't handle it. That's
Very-
why I
Couldn't have been
yeah,
me, Mel. Couldn't have
terrifying.
been
yeah,
me.
I couldn't handle it because everybody knows that black men have a reputation of having huge dicks.
Yeah. Brian says that's a myth, and I don't think it's a myth. I think it's I saw like one time I saw a locker room like the I used to date that sports guy, like that sports anchor. He gave me press passes and I saw a locker room and I saw everybody in that locker room. That was not a myth, Brian. I'm saying that
Brian, I don't know.
big.
In my experience, and I haven't had a lot of experience.
Oh my goodness! I looked in the Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, especially with black men, and like, the experience I have had is that rumor is true that they do have larger penises than white men. I'm sorry, in my experience. I'm sorry to all white men.
It's true.
In my experience, I'm not saying that's the case with every single African American has got a huge penis. I don't
right.
know.
And I wouldn't put that on all white guys. I hear there are some white guys who are putting it down as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not the size of the wand; it's the magic it contains.
Oh Lord.
I will say this. I will say this. If I wasn't proud of what I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I just said too big is as bad as too small.
Right.
Because it just too big is not. Yeah, that's too much.
No, Crispy. That's not the way that works. What we do is that we get you on a regiment program to the point where we just have you saying the same words. When you wince up, the deeper the better.
No,
no, because then you start seeing little Tweety birds flying around your brain, and
we train the mind to say that's just euphoria. That's what it is.
I couldn't even have my kids that way.
That you just know if you're in the right place. You're not passing out. It's just a wave of excitement. That's all it is.
Passing out? Jesus Christ. What do you mean passing out? Are you not trying to kill a woman, are you?
I know, right?
Let me kill you with my dick. Open up.
Guys, do we not?
Now, can you put the link in the chat so I can? I'm gonna put something in the back chat link so you can look what I found.
You looked at the Urban Dictionary.
You hear that? She said Mel said she's not trying to die, but do we not know the expression, guys? If she dies, she dies.
Oh. That's not a great expression.
Wrestler.
Frogswog, is it your first time here? If it is, we have subjects. Once we've moved past the subject, we go to Mel's hub, and that's whatever happens. Conversation can go anywhere. But okay, so now I can't help but to imagine stuff in my head, Resla, about you, and I can't be thinking these things. I can't be thinking about.
Listen, it says that
Mel,
researchers.
be very careful how you thinking about me. Like, can you look in my eyes? Hold up.
I'm not looking in your eyes. I'm not even thinking about your eyes right now.
Now, can you send me the link so I can put something in the back chat from my tablet?
Mel, I don't want you getting traumatized. Mel. Look in my eyes. We're good.
No, you're a handsome man. I've always said you're a handsome man, and now you got me thinking about the other stuff. Damn, Resla, damn, damn
I
you!
need to exercise the sweat demons.
Sorry.
Am I gonna have to
What are
exercise
you
the sweat
looking?
demons?
Oh,
Yeah, exercise my demons.
listen. It says. It says according to Edwards, Caucasians, including Pakistanians, or Indo-Pakistanians, have large penises than Asian men. This difference amounts to 1 inch in both flaccid or erect states. This latest revised figures indicated black men's penises average a little over 7 inches erect versus 6.5 inches for Caucasians. A medical researcher, Edwards medical researcher for a large teaching hospital in the United States, begins online penis size surveys. Oh, it's online? Never mind. I don't believe that.
No, it has to be in real life.
Yeah, it has
made
to be
by a
real life. I got to
professional.
find a better study. I looked this up once on Flo's panel because this was a thing. I'll find it.
Close
Oh.
panel where he says they get naked.
I don't know I forget how it came up, but I looked it up because I'm the
Only hot crazy blondes.
the unofficial.
Now I put a link in the back chat. You might want to look at it. I looked in the Urban Dictionary.
Oh, okay.
There'll be another penis picture. I've seen enough penises for one night.
No, it's the definition for what he was talking about.
Oh.
Oh.
What is this?
Fuck yeah.
Oh God.
No. Oh my God.
Oh, okay.
No, you haven't looked for Chris.
I'm looking at it. So terrible file it renders the
Oh my God.
Don't open it, Rez. Don't do it, dude. Don't.
You know I need to. You know I'm gonna have to now.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Come on, Riz. You know you want to. Do it.
Oh God. Fucking brain is
Satisfy
scarred.
curiosity.
Okay. Now.
Oh my God! Did you look at the second one?
There's like 3 or 4 there.
Where are you seeing this?
Oh shit!
Back
Oh my
after.
God.
Have you ever been to a donkey show?
Oh,
I cannot confirm or deny anything.
You already confirmed.
Resla, it's not. I'm concerned about you doing that bunk buster. What I've just read is disturbing.
I told
Russell,
you
you
I
already
cannot confirm
confirmed.
or deny anything, and I told
did.
you what she did for a living.
It's talking about something I wasn't expecting. Like, it's talking about some weird shit.
Oh my God, it sounds crazy.
Oh, Russell,
You know, relationships are like burritos.
Yeah.
No, go down to the bit where it says Banker Buster, removing the penis from the anus, and then see what says that when it says afterwards. I'm like, oh.
Did you read all the definitions? Oh my goodness gracious!
Yes, I did.
Oh, I couldn't read it anymore. That's why I sent it to you guys. So you guys
It was a lot of information. Never look in the Urban Dictionary for dirty things.
I only got to like the second one, and I was starting to read the third one. I was like, no, let me send the link over to them.
I have to look up Jonah Falcon. Is this going to shock me?
No, thank you. I don't know what that is.
There's no pictures. I know just the definition, but oh my Lord, have mercy.
Yeah. Resla, look at Resla. Look that he's like got like the cat ate the canary. You look like you have a feather hanging out of your mouth.
Ate the canary.
Yeah.
The first four are right on the money. I'll tell you that much.
Oh God.
He's got the biggest penis.
So would you rather look at a penis or would you rather read the definitions, Mel?
I'd rather read the definition. Oh, okay. Oh.
Look at Resla's
No, you know, you
though.
said you didn't want to see any more today. He said.
Yeah, I've had enough looking at penises, but it doesn't. I really don't want to see it.
I'm just playing.
I'm in Google. I'm just seeing if the. Oh.
Oh.
What are you guys looking at?
I'm looking at a guy called Jonas Falcon.
Oh my God.
And I'm looking at him, and it showed a picture of him with his underwear on, but it was very, very clearly white.
No.
And it's that I would run away from that.
Uh-huh.
I would. I'd just be like, nope.
I've seen that one.
You are, Mel.
I'm out of here.
It's almost as tall as my entire. It's almost as long as my entire body.
Yeah.
It's taller than you are, girl.
Yep. No. Just no.
Oh,
Talking about a fidget spinner.
For the record, folks, they're going down deep diving into all the definitions for this. Okay.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
No, what are you guys looking at? Huh? They don't know what we're laughing at.
You wanna go?
I'm sorry, Sky, if we're throwing the morning, we're ruining your morning for you.
I got blue waffles for brunch all day long.
Right. Oh my God, we talked about some crazy stuff.
I know. I'm feeling itchy under my boobies. I wonder what that means.
Cortisol, huh?
I don't know, Wormwood. You'll be surprised.
Crispy, are you okay? Are you still there?
Your husband has that? Oh my God, hang on a minute. I have to address this situation. Wormwood, your husband has that?
Ouch.
Ouch! Oh my God!
I don't want any part of that.
You get used to it.
I could not. No, thank you. No, thank you. Next.
But I would pat you in the back and say, "Good girl, well done." You could take that.
Give her the attagirl. You took one for the team.
Oh my
12 and a
gosh.
half? I can't even begin to imagine. Like, it'd have to be just a tip, right, Crispy?
Always just a tip, Mel. Always. House honor.
Hey, it's not that long, but it's about as wide as a tuna can.
Sky, go look.
I apologize if I'm ruining anybody's Sunday night, Monday morning.
Like I said, I'm not looking because I'm not looking.
You don't ever apologize.
I went to church earlier.
You ruined my
We're all going to hell, Resla. You know that, don't you?
You ruin my morning every morning with this shit.
I'm in church right now.
I'm in the church. The church is burning. I'm in it.
White men are also on average are growers and black men are showers, meaning the black men on average what
Brian,
you
I'm
see
just
is
curious.
what you get.
Have you had penises, black men's penises, Brian?
Brian, you sound a little jealous. No. Just now.
I'm just gonna say
A little animosity. I sense a little animosity there.
I'm just gonna say that if I didn't think I could pull it off, I would not.
Brian, I'm not co-signing anything. I'm not confirming or denying a damn thing.
You already did. You already confirmed it.
You
I have
already,
not
you
confirmed.
already, you
I
and
I
Krispy
hit.
Kreme both opened up the box.
Yes, I hit you with the hard hitting questions like Barbara Walters.
No, I hit people with the hard hitting, but you didn't hit with the hard.
And then you
Bresla
just
giving him a
You
forehead
were the
tap.
first one to talk. What's that?
oh my god.
Get a bucket and a mop.
Why
You
is
gotta
your
stop
why
that
is your
saying
name
before it goes
Wormwood?
off the rails next time.
I need to go and get a coffee. I'm all flustered.
Wormwood my ass. Like it should be like I don't know, like something more than worm.
Wait, what should it be like, Crispy?
I don't know. I don't know.
I need to know. You mentioned that now. What your ass should be like, Crispy?
Oh my
I'm
God.
intrigued. Where were you going with that sentence?
She
I
doesn't
have
know.
no idea.
She doesn't know. She just goes.
I just accidentally said that out loud. Brian, okay. I'll let you go with on that one. I mean, listen, I can't take all that. I can't take all that.
Definitely need a safe word.
I can't do it. I need something smaller. So,
Definitely need a safe word, Crispy.
yeah, I couldn't have my children that way either. So like, oh god, yeah. I mean,
Safe words are cool.
Mm-hmm.
John, what
you're a
guilt
dirty
Mel
trip
would be
boy.
like, bye. That's her safe word. She go the other way. She's like, deuces, I'm out of here.
Wrestler, I know it's always the ones you don't suspect. And Wrestler, I did not think it was gonna be you, but it's
The
Didn't I
quiet
tell
ones.
you?
The
But
quiet
I
ones.
told you guys. I told you guys even on the previous stream. Typically, when I'm dating girls, they always say, "I never thought it'd be you."
yeah, it is. It's always the ones you don't suspect. And then they've got like a little like a freaky streak or something, you know. So I mean I was just I'm so impressed with the little person, and then I like the what was it called again, like the book
curiosity got the curiosity.
the bunker buster.
So much that she went looking for the definition.
Bro.
Well, Infamous always is she's like the head researcher around here.
I'm the
So,
resource junkie.
she is, man. You ask a question and
I'm the head of the
this
resource
Mhm.
committee.
She does. She comes in with like a whole encyclopedia.
A plethora of information.
Yeah, she does. And you like
Because
never
I
go
like to
to
know
the Urban Dictionary though. What are you thinking? Don't go to the Urban Dictionary about anything sexual. It will scare the shit out of you.
No, it's
it wouldn't even pop up on Google when I tried to just put it in regular Google chat. It was Google didn't want to recognize it at all, except for the war type, the actual war type of bunker
It's because
buster.
you've got the safe filter on it like a good girl. I've got my safe filter on too, but obviously not on this device though.
Obviously not on this device. Oh my God!
You all need to put your rock filter on, baby.
I just said what I said. I didn't think it was gonna be researched.
Parental controls. We need parental controls.
This is all our imagination, anyways. He hasn't confirmed or denied anything.
Or deny
So
anything.
I don't know if I want to know anymore. Now that I see the definition, I'm good.
Look at his face. He's like the cat that ate the
I'm good.
canary.
I don't want to define it anymore. Then I've already informed myself.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is the face my mama gave me. I have no idea what you're talking
You've
about.
got the cat that ate the canary. You've got it's like you should have feathers sticking
But we're
out of your
too tall
mouth.
anyway.
You
So we're
literally
good.
just look guilty.
Are you calling him Sylvester the cat?
I'm
That's
calling
not
him.
cool.
Yes, I am, and I'm
Yes,
saying
I am.
guilty as charged. And
What
I
happens
am
if two bunker busters go in the same hole?
Oh my God! What the fuck did I
Hey,
just come?
we're too tall, though, Christy. We were too tall.
Something, but I'm
It's a big bunker.
not going to confirm or deny.
Okay.
No, what he's doing, he's trying to entice us to talk about it more in detail because that's probably what he likes. He likes to talk about it.
I don't think I could take one bunker buster in any hole.
not ever, not even a little bit.
Just don't high five me and look me in the eye at the same time. You know what I mean?
No, I'll be like,
First of all, listen,
Huh?
it's 2024. We wouldn't high five anymore. Just straight up.
Fist bump.
I've been known to high five myself and call out my own name. So
We've realized the fist fits better.
Oh my God, Woodworm. Woodward.
Wormwood. Oh no! Do you have an echo down there? Echo.
Echo, it's an echo.
sometimes you just got to kick that fucking door in, you know.
I
You gotta bunker bust that shit.
No, bunker busted.
They said, listen, they say you don't make a statement until she gasps.
Oh God!
Little girl understands.
Hey,
If
but
she can remember her
did you hear
name,
they
you're
said
not
we're too
finished.
tall anyway, so we're safe.
Yeah, we're safe. That's right.
But Mel, I don't know. I think you
That
want to go
poor
put some
little,
heels on.
like that poor little person though. Like that had, oh God,
Oh,
like
I just accidentally muted.
that had to
them.
be such a
So
a big undertaking.
undertaking. So
Yeah.
like I said, the first night I couldn't remember. I was so wasted I couldn't remember. So
I bet she
after,
couldn't remember. You
I
probably
bet
knocked her
she
out.
couldn't remember.
Good answer.
well, first of all, like I had been so confused because I had never did such a thing before. That wasn't really me to get that wasted. And I was with two other guys. Like they left me there. And then like
Oh,
I
At
had to
her
go to
mercy? They
Like-
left you at the mercy of a
So,
dwarf dominatrix?
yes. So they left me at
I'm gonna
her
get out of
mercy.
here.
okay.
I gotta go to counseling in the morning.
Okay, bye, Infamous.
All right,
Thanks
darling.
for coming up, honey.
And it's trauma counseling too. Can you believe it?
I know.
I'm
So,
So,
She's
Messy,
in
right.
carry
counseling
on the
I
story
was
because
trying
I'm
to
curious
help
now. I need to
set
know
up
the
your
story. Go on. The
story.
mates left
Please
you
go
with the
on, brother.
dominatrix.
So
Go ahead.
so I was there with two other guys and we were actually celebrating because he had just became a police officer. He always wanted to be a cop. Like I said, it's New Year's Eve. So they left me in her condition. Again, I couldn't remember anything why. So literally I had to go to work later that day. I was actually working at an evening shift. So once I left, I had to pretty much hop into a cab, which I hated. I hated the cost for that trip because this is back when we didn't have Uber or Lyft or anything. So that was a pretty penny. To get home, shower, whenever, and I could not remember anything. And
She
as I'm-
roofied you?
no, I was just listen.
Oh, okay.
I'm a person that when I drink, I'll consume beers or I'll consume beers or I'll consume liquor. I'll do either or. I typically do both. Now this was New Year's Eve. I was on beers, I was on liquor, I was on champagne, and we were
Nice.
bar hopping as well. So it was a celebration / New Year's Eve.
Nice.
So on New Year's Day, which I always work, typically I never think of myself getting wasted because I always work on New Year's Day because I want that time and a half. So I'm in working that day. And of course, I'm sitting there thinking about the entire day. I got my staff that I'm trying to make sure they're doing their own thing. And I'm just in there like, I have no idea what was going on or what I got myself into. And slowly over the shift, memories started coming to me. Over the course of the shift, the memories started hitting me. And the more, and the further into the shift, the more I was like, oh. And to the point where it was just so, it was such a weird, it was such an excitement within the memories that the day after I was just like, that was crazy. And I just sat out to the point where in the third day now that started, I was just like, you know what? Called my job and said, yeah, I'm not feeling too well. I'm gonna call out. I'm not feeling too good. So now we're on January 3rd. I go all the way back to the same bar that I was at. Speak to them. And like I said, for some reason, this was already crazy on their part as well. Because they should not have given me her information. Apparently, she's a local that lives in the neighborhood. And they were like, yeah, we saw when she left with you. Yeah, here's where she lives at. And I said, why is that? Because like she likes to party sometimes. They do events with her or whatever the hell that means.
They
Yeah.
pimping her.
Like
So
dwarf throwing and stuff like that. Did they do that kind of stuff or no?
I will
You
not
don't know.
confirm or deny anything.
Okay.
So
Oh my god. That means yes.
so
Okay.
No,
so I get all the way.
allegedly.
So I get all the way to her door. I get all the way to the outside of the building. I buzz the door, and then I'm buzzing the door. She answers, and then I'm just like, hey, hey, what's going on? I'm the guy, basically, who was around that you took care of, on the first. So she buzzes me in, and I'm walking up the stairs. She's on the third floor. Let me just say that. She's on the third floor. Halfway coming up the stairs waiting, I see her between that halfway to the third floor, and she's standing at the top of the steps. And I'm looking at her and I was like, hey, and she's looking at me weird, like, so why are you here? Because she hasn't heard from me since the first. And that was the third in the afternoon. And I'm just like, yeah, so I left here and I felt really weird about the way that I left. And I couldn't really figure out it wasn't like me to do so. But I don't really recall anything that was happening. And then I was on one of my last shifts and I started remembering some things. And then she's looking at me with a smirk on her face. And like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. So it was weird because this is not even like me to go about all my way to just think about something and remember something and then flag that person down. But I just need to know for myself, did I dream any of it up? And she just kind of looked at me and said, so you're saying you don't have a clear memory of what happened that day? And I said no. And she went, okay. As she's telling me that, she's backing up towards her door and she starts scooting down her pants. And I'm just like, and she opens her door and with no questions asked, I walk my ass right in her fucking apartment. She needed to make sure that I remembered and it was great.
Oh, so she gave you like a round two.
Based.
Absolutely. While sober.
Fucking A.
And we went back and forth, like I said, for about 2.5 months. And like I said, she's in my top 5 to this day.
Nice.
Oh. Fatty's like, nice.
Yeah. That's good. That's fucking badass when two people get together and can experience fucking life together.
Yeah,
Indeed,
Fatty, you
indeed.
had that one situation with your wife and your, like, I forget, like her plus or her pass or hall pass or something like that. I forget what it was, but
hall
I
passes
kind of
are fun.
remember.
Yeah, hall passes are a good thing for sure.
They are a good thing.
God, it's been so
Something
long.
about
I don't
open
even remember my
communication, right?
experiences. It's all about managing expectations, Faye.
Right.
Figure out what the expectation is. That's the hardest part in life. It is.
Right.
In every situation, right? It's the hardest thing to define. We don't define it naturally, right? We don't.
Hall passes are great for those who understand that they can't manage your expectations.
No, just our own, and try to figure out what the overall expectation is of any given situation.
Resla, James would like to know, do you watch little people porn now?
No, I don't. That's not to say they don't show up on my Instagram feed.
Oh,
That's different though. That's not really. Yeah.
If you're in the algorithm for that,
That's not to say that little people models don't show up on my Instagram feed, but no, I don't watch little people porn.
I'm gonna show you this little this little person from LA, this little like pony type little girl. Like she is gorgeous. I'm gonna tell you, like you like I've just never seen anything like it because her body's just regular, typical. I don't know how to say it, but I'll show you. She's like, she just looks different than the rest of them, but they're very pretty, spunky little things.
But also Mel, because you started this all up when you were speaking about Little Women. I like Little Women as well.
Yeah,
because of
a lot of men do. A lot of men do. I mean, I find that the taller I go with my men, the more they love the fact that I'm so tiny. It's I guess it's like a protective thing, right? Men love to protect their women, and Yeah, and it's
That's
why
what
it
it
works
is.
vice versa. It works vice versa. You know, I've always been told by the men I've been with that they've loved the fact that I'm little. So
I
Yeah.
it
wanted.
works fine to
They
me.
always are with tall guys are always with really little girls for some reason. And then tall girls are left with like the shorter ones. Let me see here. This one
Okay,
girl
I've
looks
been.
like
I've
Jenny
been.
McCarthy. She always played Jenny McCarthy's she played like she was I know who she was, the girl in like Small Things, that video Small Things, I think, or she was in
Yep. Yep.
yeah, and she
Yep.
played like
Blink
a little
182.
miniature of Jenny McCarthy. That's one of the girls that's
Mhm.
in it. I'm trying to find the other one. Oh, here she is.
All the
Small
small
Things.
things.
Yeah. And she married like a little rocker or whatever. And they have like a little person baby too. And those little person babies are so cute.
Sky, what are you saying? Tosser? Who's a tosser? Who's a tosser?
They do those like dwarf tossings, which is awful. But
Oh,
they,
what the
yeah,
hell's that? What's a dwarf
they
tosser?
toss dwarfs. It's like some kind of like just a disgusting thing that people do. They have dwarf tossing contests and stuff.
Oh,
I
is
don't
that
know.
like in that film, the werewolf of what was it with
I don't know.
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh,
The
I
werewolf, the wolf of
the
where's
Wolf of Where or the Wall Street, the
yeah,
Wolf
the
of
Wall
Wall
Street
Street.
one. Is that what you mean when they got those little people and then threw them at the
Yes,
target?
yes,
Oh, that's awful.
it is awful.
Ruck, did you want to make your 3 points? Ruck, did you want to make your 3 points?
Sure. Way back, we were talking about girls and attractiveness, and I was one of those guys that always liked the tall girls. I dated a girl that was my own height, that was a basketball player. So, Crispy, you're not a freak, you're not a geek. You should never have been teased like that. In the end, I ended up marrying a little bitty girl, 5'3", barely taller than you, Mel. And yes, topic 2, there is a certain part of a guy that feels good when he knows he can protect. You know, that is a part of it. It is a
Yeah.
part of us really wants to know that we can take care of our business, and our
Plus, you
lady
like
is
those
part of
little
our
hands.
business.
You
I'm
like
No,
sorry,
you
little
say again?
don't. You not like our little hands because it makes your penises look bigger.
No,
Yes,
No.
please, no. Here's something that I tried to say earlier. If I didn't feel confident with my size, I wouldn't wear a kilt.
Oh.
Okay?
Oh,
Because you chicks do get drunk and check on us. Don't lie.
yeah.
That's right, Leggy. Little tiny hands around the penis.
That's right.
That sounds a bit weird, actually. As in Little Women. That sounded a bit weird.
Brooke, that comes with a lot of confidence, sir. I'm literally
Really, I signed up for little tiny penis jokes from you, Mel.
No, I didn't say you had a tiny penis. I just spat
Whose
him around.
fucking channel is this? Who's this
I say
Mel
you,
chick?
you listen. You have my respect for being out there with a kilt because I am like literally. I'm a person that when I put on my wardrobe, the one thing I don't go out with is sweatpants because of the looks.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I can't. The only place I wear sweatpants is inside the house. I don't go outside. Not even to the supermarket with sweatpants.
Yes, Big Skunk. Trimming the pubic area also makes it look bigger. Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
It does.
It really does.
It's
But so
like
this
a
is
world of difference.
Are these all little people? They're cute.
Yes.
Look at them.
Yes. They're all little people. I'm gonna find a better picture though. I sent 2, but I'm gonna send a better one.
Yeah, James, I don't know why I keep dribbling.
I don't know. You got a hole in your lip.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like the saliva's flowing this morning.
Oh gosh.
Down, girl.
I know, right? But do you see this one in the middle? Like, let me see if we can make it here. I've got a better one. I know I can find a better picture here, where there's
Okay.
one and you can see it. Is there a second one I just sent?
No.
Oh, I should. Oh, whoops. Hold on. I'm gonna find it here.
Getting way too excited. I don't know. Like the saliva glands are just overactive today. I don't know why. Did I eat bacon? I did. I had bacon yesterday. I'm assuming it's that. Bacon is so salty.
Mel's just drooling.
Right.
I'm just drooling.
Something.
Yeah, she's suffering from the day after bacon effect.
Yeah. I don't often eat meat, do I, Rizla? So when I do, it makes a huge impact.
I cannot confirm or deny anything, Mel.
Well, it's like last night's conversation when you were asking men which smells made them feel comforted or soothed.
It was on my phone. List of questions.
My first answer was bacon.
Oh, yeah, me too.
What do you mean other things are salty kill shot? I don't have any Pandora. Oh, argument.
Maple syrup and fresh waffles.
My most soothing scent, bacon, and yeah, either maple syrup or vanilla.
That was
But
my
number one is
perfume. Is
bacon.
that?
Waking up to the smell of bacon. Oh my lordy, that's the
Love
best.
Love it.
I don't often eat meat. I really don't. So yesterday I ordered another breakfast wrap
I'm
because I
biting my
just
tongue
couldn't be.
so
But
hard.
I haven't been shopping. I don't have any food in my fridge, and I don't. And it makes me extremely thirsty. This is why I think I'm very salivary today.
Oh.
Oh yes.
Is Mel meat thirsty?
Am I thirsty? No, it's been 7 years,
No, I
Rock.
said it is
So let
Mel
me understand this, Mel. The smell of meat has you salving.
Uh-oh.
Mel's meat thirsty.
Yeah, do you see, like, look at this little girl. See this girl in the hot pink dress? So she's the little pony one I've been saying. See how the rest of them are like typical dwarfs, but then this other one is just like a tiny person, but she's just she's like Skipper Barbie, like the little sister Barbie or whatever.
Yeah.
You
She's
see what I mean?
proportions are different. Yeah.
She's like the little Russian one or whatever. But she was, I mean, oh my God, she was completely abused. As a child, they didn't know, like her parents didn't know what to do or whatever. And they had her in a hospital and they just strapped her legs down for like 9 months or something to straighten them out, and did all kinds of terrible, terrible surgeries, like just awful ones, like that were experimental and stuff. But look at like how unusual that turned out for her.
Well,
Like
I don't think it's unusual because her proportions are very cute.
That's what I mean. Is
Yeah,
it's
her
not a
proportions are
typical
cute.
dwarf though. It's like
Yeah.
I don't
I mean,
mean
the
like
lady at the
unusual
end, the
bad.
blonde lady at the end, is very similar, but just it appears she has a much bigger bum.
Yeah, she does. That's the Jenny McCarthy one. I'll show you her. She was on Dancing with the Stars too, but I'll show you this one picture of her, and you guys will see exactly what I mean when I say Jenny McCarthy. I haven't watched this shit in like a million years. This was like, I forget. Like I think I was no, I don't even remember. It was for years ago. But I did watch
that was
the
like
season.
That's over 10 years ago, probably.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
So
little
did you
girl
send me another one?
Yes, that's the Jenny McCarthy one. Like she looks just like her.
Oh, okay. She's got her dancing stuff on.
Yeah, she was in Dancing with the Stars. She did really well. So she's really a cute girl. She's been in all kinds of stuff. She was in Jackass, the movie Jackass, and she just did a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, she's really cute. Her name's Tara something. Yeah, but see how like she's built like a very typical dwarf, you know, with the bigger rear end, and so this girl looks so completely. She's just built so different, and I'm not saying like she's unusual, like she looks or is a bad thing. She just looks. I've never seen a dwarf built like that before.
Obviously, the experimentation had that effect on. But I think she looks pretty. She looks like a little
She's
doll.
gorgeous. She's
Yeah.
absolutely gorgeous, and she's married to a black guy too, and he's like a typical size black guy, and he's like actually he's like a real big guy, you know.
So doesn't like how do they take it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Very carefully.
Yeah.
All you need to know.
I don't know. Like it just, I would always wonder that every time I'd see them with their spouses and stuff. I just thought, and then I'd know that was the one thing that happened when she had her babies. I think she had twins too. The little pony girl. I shouldn't call her a little pony girl. Like the one I was just saying. She had twin children as well. And I always think like, how did they fit those twin babies? You know, and they were like typical size babies too, like for twins.
Very careful.
Little people are sturdy.
Yeah, they are.
They're stronger than you think.
Yeah, obviously.
No, but I'm thinking because obviously the clear size difference. In fact, you take that off, and as I'm going to get struck, take it off.
I know, right?
I wouldn't.
No, take it off. Seriously, take it off.
I'm trying to.
What's wrong with you people?
I know, right?
Jeez.
We're a bunch of weirdos over here.
Yeah, we're all a bunch of weirdos. We're all going to hell.
Now my algorithm is going to be all little people. Thanks a lot, Reslo.
No. You already say you are obsessed. I'm already convinced it was full of little people.
I know. I do like them so much. So.
Well, no, the little blonde looks like a little doll. She's cute as hell.
Right. They're so cute. Yes. So.
Brian, seriously, let me tell you a little story about my friend who streamed, and you'll be surprised. With a similar picture to that. So you'll be surprised. I'll tell you privately. But guys, I do need to go out today, so I do need to get off now because it's been. I know it's not even been 6 hours, but I've got to go out today.
Yeah.
So it's been fun. No major anything tonight like yesterday, which is
just
great.
Some ding dongs.
Well, you got to see 2 dicks.
Yeah, I don't want to see no more dicks in stream mode no more.
Yeah, we're over it.
I haven't got a date, Placido. No, I don't. I've just got to go and buy some stuff. Good night, Ruck, my love. Yeah, no, I've got to pop out today. I've got to go and do it. I've got to go and sort my laptop out as well because I still haven't sorted it out. So no dates for Mel. Mel's going to wait until she gets to the US to do what she needs to do.
Can I just say, Mel, you said before that if people ditched out without saying goodbye, you found it rude. So I'm saying good night.
Oh, good night, Ruck. I'm glad
I
you're
don't want to
feeling
be
better.
rude. I typed it, but I don't want to be rude. I want to say my good nights. Mel,
Oh.
Resla, everybody on the chat, you've all been so much fun. Cheers. Good night.
I know.
Good night, my darling. Good night. Good morning, Truth Swirls. Good morning, my love. Anytime. I'm glad you're feeling better, darling. Okay, so guys, thank you. So tonight's live, I've got an interview with the Gypsy Auditor UK.
Yes.
And it's a cautionary tale. And then Thursday night, I'm doing a men's mental health. And then we're back on Saturday. But I think this Saturday I'm working. I'm not sure, Crispy. So you might have to do a takeover.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think, let's have a look. What date is it today?
Oh, man.
9th.
The 9th.
Also,
I've got work on Friday and on Saturday. So this Saturday will be a takeover Saturday. And I'm sure you'll all do a grand job as usual. Guys, when Crispy and Resto and Wiccan do a takeover Saturday, please come and support them because it really, I worry. I'm like the worried mum sending their kids off to school on the first day. Yeah. And I worry about them. I really do. I know I don't need to because they're perfectly capable, but I would be worrying. So please come and support them on Saturdays. Because
Yeah, I
I've
would
got a
appreciate it. That would be great if you guys would come and see me. And I know Mel won't be here. It won't be nearly as fun, but I will try and make it fun. I'll try
Oh,
and find a great topic. And
I'm sure you'll do fine. Let me just quickly. I didn't realize that Resto was live. We'll do a
yes,
raid over there.
Resto's live, and yeah, Resto's live, and
Yeah, let me sort it out. So thank you everybody that comes up on my panel. And if it wasn't for all of you lot that come in and join in the chat and on panel, there wouldn't be a channel.
oh
So
God, yeah, the chat keeps it together, man. They really
well,
do.
the good thing is about the chat is they feed off us and we feed off them.
Yeah.
And it's just great. Hang on, where's my live? It's great that we can feed off each other, because so many times I've seen content creators ignore their chats, completely ignore them, and I'm like,
it's wild
how?
to me.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. That's wild to me, and I don't like to go in those chats when they're
No.
like Mel and I both agree on that. Like, just as a mod, I always greet people, but like when you go into a chat and you're not greeted, that always, I don't know, like that was always kind of a turn off for both of us. Like, we both were like that. We just thought like, well, gosh, I don't know.
I do not go back. If I go into a chat and I'm ignored, I don't go back, because I think, well, why would I want to go in there? Nobody's paying attention to me. The creator's not paying attention to me. Nobody's saying hello. So we make sure that in this chat that you're acknowledged and that you're welcomed and that you're part of the entire thing,
Yes, absolutely. I am on the other end of the spectrum, where I just think like I'm gonna force them to like me.
Why did fucking fly live in my home rent free for 2 days?
Like, I always have the last damn fly of the year, like always rolling around my house. It's like
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've got the windows open because it's warm.
Last one every year.
Yeah, this fly does not want to leave my house. It's been here flying around for 2-3 days. It's like, when are you going to die?
Winter's on its way, Mel, so they'll go in the winter.
No, Rizla, I don't have the stomach to kill it. I don't like killing things, right? So I'm trying to shoosh it at the window, but it won't shoosh at the window. It's like, no, I'm going to live here. There's food here. It's warm. There's shelter. I have a roof over my head.
I'm like, you can live, but if I see you lacking, you belong to me.
I can't kill it. Yesterday, I was contemplating just killing it, and I thought, no, why would I want to kill a living creature? So I left it, and it's found himself here. It's on that bloody door. It's like it's following me around.
You have a stalker.
Yes, I have a couple of those already.
No, I in my mind, I'm gonna let you live, but if you bother me, it's a wrap. Especially like now, it's a concerted effort. If you follow me into the bathroom.
Yeah,
for sure, wrestler.
Yeah. Now it's over.
Yeah, absolutely, Brian. Streams are created for the purpose of interacting with the chat, but not everybody does it. Not everybody does interact with the chat.
I don't understand.
Which is weird.
It is weird.
You want to build a community, but you don't think of interacting with them. Strange.
Yeah, I don't know how anybody would come back if you don't interact with your chat at all. So I appreciate all of you that come in and go and chat. I really do. So.
Yeah, me too. Because without you lot, like I said, what would we bounce off? Like, you lot crack me up, even when I'm trying to be serious. And actually, when I'm trying to be serious, that's the time when they're trying to make me laugh. That's why I have to sometimes turn my camera off, because I'm trying to be serious and chat's on fire, and I'm like,
yeah. When I've got my camera on and I look at Mel, like, it's over. So yeah.
Right, guys, stay
so hard.
Indeed, I know some of the stuff. I mean, sometimes I just can't stop laughing. Like our ghost story stuff. That was one of the best lives.
Everybody like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment after the live.
Yes, please, if you could.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now, guys, we're going to go over to Restos. If you could just drop a feather in there and say Mel Raid, even if you don't want to stick
Yes.
around, that'd be great.
He's
Thank you.
golfing. He's like doing some indoor golf or something. So
Yeah, I saw. I told you
Yeah.
what happened yesterday when I was on in his chat, and that bloody burn bubble burst, and I was like,
oh, did it?
Yes.
Oh man, I
Yes.
didn't know that happened. I was wondering what happened to you because I was in there for
I
a minute.
I was on the phone texting away. I had a couple of glasses of wine,
Yeah.
and that bubble, that burn bubble, just got really big, and I'm looking at it going, God, it's got so big. But as I did that, it burst,
I love
and
that.
some of the liquid hit my face, and I got so freaked out by it. I was like,
Oh yeah, I would have gotten freaked out by that too. But I do like the pop things.
Tell us more.
No, it was horrible because it gets so liquid and it burst into my face, and I was like, "What the fuck? Is that normal?"
Mel, they're playing with you because you're like bouncing up and down when you're doing it.
Whereabouts on your face?
Okay, yeah, okay. No more bouncing up and down. My breasts are going to be like.
You do
Like,
that,
really
and I
flatter
like
or
always
just
say
too drunk?
something like unintentionally sexual, and I don't mean to. And someone always says repeats it after, and I'm like, I didn't.
You know me. Sometimes I'm a bit of an airhead. Big Skunk, you don't need a link. All you got to do is I've got a 2-minute outro. Just stay in chat, and you'll be automatically directed over. So you don't need the link, sweetheart. Right. Thank you, panel, for joining me. Resla, thank you for sharing your beautiful story tonight.
Yes, Resla.
I'm
again.
He's gonna ask.
I'm not going to be able to look at you.
I'm not going to be able to look at you in the same way ever again. All I'm going to think of is huge penis.
So you know what I'm gonna say, right? If you can't look at me, you can always look face down.
Oh, look at Resla. Oh.
Resla's feeling fresh tonight.
What do you guys say, cheeky?
He is fresh off the press.
It's made out of cheese. And I'm out.
All right.
Okay, Fatty. Thank you,
See ya,
sweetheart.
Fatty.
Bye, Fatty. Thank you.
Right, okay, guys, it is time to go. Mel needs to go out,
Thanks
and I
for
need
letting me
to
come
change.
up.
Oh,
Good night, gang.
Sky,
Good
congratulations.
night,
getting in
Resla.
that
Thank
Discord, honey.
you.
Thanks, Mel.
Oh, bye,
Thanks,
Rach.
Rach. All right, guys. Thank you for another good live tonight. Thank you,
Yes.
guys.
Yes.
It was nice and peaceful, Crispy. We like peaceful. But
Yes,
instead
we
of
do.
people coming in, shut the fuck up, go fuck off. Nobody gives a fuck.
Well, we've been through hell this week, though.
I know. Me and Crispy always get it. It's like
We
it's
do,
like let's
man.
kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
They torture us. And we're
I
the
know.
nicest
Why do they
ones.
do that, Crispy? It's like which one
I
should
don't
we
know
which one
why
should we do
either, because we
first?
are we're the nicest ones. We really are. Like, we try so hard. We're nice to everybody.
And they come in and it's like nobody gives a fuck what you think. Fuck off.
I know. Shut
All right,
the fuck
okay.
up. Shut the fuck up, you brat.
Yeah, it's
And
like
then somebody said, I don't know if he called her a rat or a brat.
I think he called you a rat. I think he called you a rat.
Oh my god, that's even worse.
I was like, what does that mean in America? Like, is it like a rat?
No, it means a rat. Like a rat.
See, sometimes the language barrier can be a bit
That's
tricky.
not even a language barrier. That's just like a rat. Like a ratatouille. Like just rat, like a rat face. I don't know, but like I've never been called a rat. I thought it was a brat, and then I laughed
No,
so
I
hard when
thought it was a rat because I was like, the rat were like, did he just call me a rat? And I'm going,
that's so
huh?
fucking mean. I've been called a junkie and a rat.
Oh, I've been accused of like, look,
Oh
for
god.
those people that don't know, I have nose spray. I have
Yes.
allergies.
I know. I will show it to you on stream. Yeah, but remember, like what that what's her face came up and was like, "Oh, you stuck like you put that Vic, you shove like a whole bunch of cocaine, like a bunch of cocaine in my Vic stick."
No, I know. I was thinking, how does that work? How does that work?
No, Chuck said that, and then like it caught on or whatever. Damn it, Flow State, like yelling at me for breathing. It took off.
It took off. So we've been accused of being drug addicts.
Yes, drug
But,
addicts.
you know, like,
Oh, a
have you
catfish.
been called a whore? I think I've
Yeah.
been called a whore.
I
Yeah, I've
haven't
been
been
called a
called a
whore.
whore, I don't think yet. But oh,
I've been
maybe.
called a whore.
Yeah,
I've been called.
you were. Yeah, you're for sure. A
I've been
whore.
called like you know, and I'm like, guys, definition of whore, promiscuous. I've not had sex for 7 years. That's not promiscuous.
Yeah,
What the fuck are you
right,
on?
right. Oh my God! Everyone took the piss out of us even in the reviews. Everyone's like, "Oh, you guys suck."
I haven't raided anyone yet, guys. What do you mean? Resta said, thanks for the raid. And I've done it. Right, Crispy, let's go. Get yourself
Okay,
to
all
bed.
right,
The
all right.
game
I've
gets some
gotta be
sleep. And I
serious.
need to go out. So I'll
I
see
know.
you
I
tonight.
have
Yeah?
to work. I have to work. So, all right. Bye bye.
All right.
Love
See you tonight, darling. Love you,
Okay.
darling. Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Right, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mel's going when I find the outro. Oh, okay. No worries. Guys, go and give Resta some love. Even if it's just for a
I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams into modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead of say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up